You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado
live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, good people? You are watching the Fantasy Football Show, and I'm your man, Smitty. And right in front of your face, we have a nice little discussion that we're going to have set up nicely to talk about the top 10 wide receivers, but not just the top 10 wide receivers. We're going to talk about who can creep into the top 10 wide receivers. What wide receivers do we feel have the potential to be sneaky good top 10 wide receivers? And a little reminder, Terry Roberts has been a member of the YouTube exclusive group for over 2 months. We got a little alert over in the live chat. Terry, appreciate all you do, Terry. Terry to the moon.
To the moon.
And let's get to the news.
From the fantasyfootballshow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Before we get into talking specifically about who the top 10 wide receivers are or who could creep into the top 10 wide receivers, we got a little news. We got N'Keal Harry traded from the Patriots to the Chicago Bears. Now, this guy N'Keal Harry, I'm not ashamed to admit I thought he was going to be really good at the NFL level. And this guy bombed. And part of it was situation, part of it was injury. There's a lot that went on. Is there a shot that he does something in Chicago? I mean, they traded for him. So they clearly want him to some degree. I'm not going to hold out hope that he turns into anything I thought he could be. He had a lot of talent. He had a lot of talent coming out of college. He definitely had upside. I hope he finds his way in Chicago. I hope he climbs the depth chart pretty quickly. I think there's an opportunity for him to grab a hold of the 2 or 3 spot really early on. And if he can stay healthy, maybe the talent will shine through. But this is kind of one just, we'll see what happens. But good for him to get in a new environment and try and get a fresh start. This news right here on Amon-Ra St. Brown's a little strange. This beat writer for the Lions said that he doesn't see the Lions giving any fewer than 6 targets a game to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown is in for more than 6 targets a game. I don't know if this guy misspoke and he was trying to say 6 receptions when he was talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. 6 targets he could get in a half. So I'm not sure what this guy's even referring to. Let me pull up Amon-Ra St. Brown's game log. And I know that things are going to change a little bit. I'm not a complete moron, okay? I understand what time it is. I know what we're dealing with. Jameson Williams is coming in, but he won't be ready right away. I don't want to hear that Jameson Williams is going to take away from Amon-Ra St. Brown's ability to light it up and be a really, really good wide receiver out the gate. Do I think that he'll eventually take over a lot of work? Jameson Williams, absolutely. He could be a really good wide receiver at the next level. But look at these targets for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Before he was being used full time, he was getting roughly the 6 targets per game this guy's talking about. These are his targets right here. 4, 5, 1, 8, 8, 7, 0, 5. Bye week in week 9. Okay, 6, 4, 4 through week 12. He was used in a capacity that accounted for that kind of target share. I don't know if this guy means receptions or targets. Even if he means receptions, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown from week 13 on. 12 targets, 11, 11, 11, a 10 target game. He didn't have single digit targets from week 13 on. This guy right here could be one of the biggest steals in 2022. Not deep wide receiver, but middle round wide receiver territory. This guy could be one of the guys we're talking about that could sneak into the top 10 wide receivers. He really could. I know it sounds crazy. I know some people are on board and some people aren't. And the people that aren't on board are going to come in and say the same thing like a robot. It's just going to be the same thing over. I'm going to see it in a comment. Someone's not going to watch the video and they're like, Smitty, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be... Let me enlighten you, Smitty, because you're a complete moron. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to have less targets. Listen to what I'm about to tell you because it's new information. He's going to see... Jameson Williams is drafted there in Detroit, Smitty. Did you know that? And Swift is going to pull in a whole bunch of passes, Smitty. So I'm not sure if you've looked into it. I know you do this all day long for a living. This is where... Look, I make my own clothes, bro. I make my own clothes. If you haven't noticed, your boy Smitty designed one of the most fire shirts today, right before the live stream. Look at that bad boy. Javonte season. Get Breest. Herbert. Etienne. This is now my favorite shirt that I own. I am fortunate enough that I can make my own clothes and go to work. I'm not wearing socks, and I make my own clothing, my own uniform for work. And I have to say, this is one of the nicest shirts I've ever seen in my entire life. This shirt, I feel, this is like my own skin. I feel like I'm finally in my own skin with my ETN, my Javonte season, my get Breest, and also ETN. They say Breest, Herbert to the moon. I love this shirt. I love this shirt. In fact, I think what we're going to be doing moving forward is, where's the highest super chat of the year? Right up at the top. The highest super chatter of the year. And this goes for Jocelyn. I'll make Jocelyn a shirt. Anybody that knocks off Jocelyn, I make a shirt immediately on that live stream, right then and there, for the person that knocks off Jocelyn. And then moving forward, anybody that knocks that person off, I just stop what I'm doing and I immediately make that person a shirt. I will send that person their shirt and we'll make it live, custom to what they want. They'll call up on the phone line, they'll tell me what they want on the shirt, and I will literally make you a custom shirt. We got XL, we got L, we got medium. I don't know if we got any small. We'll have to look. I think I got 2XL, XL, large, and medium. We should be good. I will make you a shirt live on the show. Anybody that knocks off Jocelyn's surprise at the 300 spot. So just want to put that out there. Hit the like button on your way in the door, and let's continue on with what we're talking about. Amon-Ra St. Brown, quite possibly, this guy could be that wide receiver that 100%. What is this? Look at Jocelyn dropping the super wad. I got to figure out why that is over in the corner there. I'll have to figure that out later. I don't know why that's over in the corner. I'm trying to see Jocelyn's load drop there. We got another super chat by Ron. So Jocelyn says, yeah, buddy, Jocelyn. That's not the right Jocelyn. This is a different Jocelyn. Is this the right Jocelyn? You just happen to have the same name as this guy, right? I think you guys are two different people. But very, very glad to have you here. Thanks for dropping that. Jocelyn got mad saying that's a different Jocelyn. He's trying to pretend he's me. I'm like, no. This is just a different Jocelyn. And then Ron says, we know why Smitty cut off his last live stream. He had to make his shirt. I'm sorry about that. Occasionally when you go as live as much as I do, the shows could cut out at any moment because, you know, your internet could have just a moment of choppy Wi-Fi, or I'm hardlined in actually, but you could have a choppy internet connection for just like 5-10 seconds over the course of a week. And when you go live as much as I do, like 2 or 3 hours straight, you tend to run into those from time to time. So I apologize for that. Appreciate the super chat, Ron. Appreciate the super chat, Seth. Seth, anytime someone drops a $20 super chat, they get a mashed potato.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you. So give me Amon-Ra St. Brown as one of the sneaky wide receivers in 2022 that can climb into the top 10. I'm not saying draft him there. Smitty, you just said draft Amon-Ra St. Brown in the top 10, that he's a lock to be a top 10 wide receiver. I did not, Bob, say that. I said he could be the one of the guys, one of the handful of wide receivers that could climb into the top 10 at the end of the year. And if you think that's that crazy, you aren't looking at what he did last year. And I don't care that injured, recovering, who I love, Jameson Williams is there. He's not going to take away that much from Amon-Ra St. Brown heading into this. Is driving me nuts why I can't see. Let's see here if I can fix this. I think I can fix this. Why is this not showing up? I got to figure out why my alerts are over in the corner there. It's driving me nuts. I don't want to fix this while we're live. There we go. Kevin drops another super chat. Kevin, appreciate you. Rockout drops a super chat. Smitty fixed it. Doing it live. The Fantasy Football Workshop. Is this not the most fire shirt you've ever seen in your life? Actually, let's take it to marker board number 2 and show off the shirt. This sucker I did within 40 minutes right before the live. Instead of doing my homework and getting prepped for the show, I get sidetracked. Only in my job where I can sit there and go, let's spend a whole hour on content, and then somehow I end up making a t-shirt. But it's okay, we impromptu every show anyway. But look at this bad boy. Let me zoom in. Get Brees, baby, ETN. Best show on earth. I might add, the best show, best shirt. Let's roll. Herbert 1.1 Superflex. At me, says Kevin. Kevin says, at me. You're not going to get at by me. I've got Herbert on my t-shirt. All right. Let's go back to... So we got that news out of the way. This is the last piece of news, and then we'll get into the wide receivers. Gronk, speaking at a charity event in Boston, said that I'm done with football. I kind of feel like maybe I believe him. I thought maybe he'd come back. I thought this was just a temporary thing. He doesn't sound like he wants to play football anymore. That could change, but I would venture to say this doesn't sound like Gronk is coming back like we thought he might. want to come back. He's done. His body, I think, has had enough. I think maybe he realized what Tom Brady might realize this year, that it sounds like a good idea, but when you get to a certain stage in your career and you're older, it's like the off season, the practices. Like if he could come back and just play games, I bet you he would return. If Brady could come back and just play in games, he would probably return for another 3 or 4 years. But it's such a wearing thing on a human being that's in their later 30s, or in a quarterback's case like Tom Brady, 65. It's like you can't continue on at a certain point because of the off season and because of the practices, not so much because of the game wear and tear. It's like it's brutal to do this day in and day out. These guys take so much abuse. So I think Gronk's done. And even if he came back, he wouldn't be worth much in fantasy. So I would stay completely away from him. I wouldn't even worry about this topic anymore. Now that we can move on, Mooney's a good one. Mooney could be one of those wide receivers that could creep into the top 10. It's very, very possible. Did I miss any other super chats? Rock Out said Fantasy Football Workshop. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. Let me highlight all these super chats so I can later come back and thank you all at the end of the show. Overcome dropped a super chat. I'm sorry I missed that, Overcome. Did you hear? Just say Swift is the best running back in the NFL. He could be. Like, he's so talented. Swift is gonna have an amazing year. You might see Swifty on a little list, on a little itty bitty list over here on this little number right here, the fantasyfootballshow.com. See right in the middle, or to the left, a little bit hanging to the left, middle hanging to the left, it says bold predictions. You may see something on a guy named, it rhymes with Piandre Pwift. And you might see a write-up that rhymes with Piandre Pwift over on the bold prediction list at some point. So you may want to keep tabs on the bold predictions over the next couple of days, because there might be something dropping there that you won't be expecting. Now that we know Smitty, I got that one from Ron Navy. Appreciate you. Seth Jocelyn, DM me on Instagram, please. I appreciate that super chat that you just dropped. Okay. Professor Einstein, I am in here for your opinions. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Cup still wide receiver 1. Let's have that debate in a second. Elijah Moore, I love it. Bees, I love it. I love it, Bees. Elijah Moore's definitely one of those wide receivers that could creep into the top 10. Look, we're bringing up players that we don't think are going to be ranked top 10. No one's expecting it. And when we bring up a name of a surprise top 10 wide receiver, you cannot expect everybody to be like, that's a good one. Like, there's going to be people that say no, and there's going to be people that say, yeah. Like, Media's here's a pretty good one in that example. You're going to get a lot of no's, but you're going to get a more than a handful of hardcore absolutely's. A lot of those will be Niner fans, but Brandon Ayuk could definitely be one of those surprise top 10s. Brian's got a good one in Mike Williams. Mike Williams could absolutely be a surprise top 10. Claypool, Kenny says, top 3. He could definitely be top 10 to 14, top 10 to 15. Don't count it out. He's a 6'4", 240-pound monster. Am I saying draft any of these guys? Ayuk's a 9th or 10th rounder. Mike Williams is getting drafted higher and higher. You almost have to pay like top of 5 now. But Mike Williams, you can get at late 5, top of 6 if you get lucky. Claypool, you can get in double-digit rounds. Elijah Moore, you can get in round like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It depends on where he's being ranked. Those are all guys you can easily acquire at a no-risk territory. And I'm telling you to make sure you don't reach. That's the whole point of what we're talking about. Pittman, I would say this is like, in theory, this could be one, yeah. But he's getting drafted as if this is already almost the case. And that's why I don't like Pittman this year. I've seen him go in the 3rd round, which is absolutely asinine. I don't care if he ends up finishing well enough to earn 3rd round value. It's crazy to do it. The odds of it happening aren't amazing. They're there. There are odds that he could be worth a 3rd rounder in hindsight. But why draft him there? I don't understand why Pittman's going in the 4th and especially the 3rd round. But he, in theory, we're talking just Why is that over there? Why is that over there? I think it's fixed. It's driving me nuts. Higgins is being drafted like a top 10 wide receiver though, so we can't use that one. Oh, that's why. Okay, I think we're good now. I think that won't happen again. Higgins is getting drafted as a top, 10 wide receiver, so we can't even bring that isn't one we can even bring up. But I do agree that he could definitely be top 10. Bateman top 10. That's going to be a popular one, Johnny. Just because I don't feel like he can be top 10 doesn't mean it's not a great name, and he could be. Like, he's in a good opportunity. Ron Navy says Brandon Cooks. He always is kind of sneaky. He gets undervalued. I even admit I undervalue Cooks. A-Rob top 12. Alexander says that could be one. That could be one. Pittman way overvalued again. I can't stress that enough. Sky Moore, too early to call him that. It's possible. Definitely possible. We're tossing out a lot of unknowns, so sure. Why not? Gabe Davis could be. That's a good one. These are all really, really, really good. Tim Patrick, that's possible, bro. It's possible. Not likely, but it could definitely happen. What someone said? Julio, old as dirt. Jones still has Hall of Fame talent. No. Keith, he does not still have Hall of Fame. Keith, you're cute. What a cute comment, Keith. Let me say something, Keith. I appreciate you. I'm not trying to make fun of the take, really. Well, a little bit I am, but this is coming from a nostalgic place, Keith. Julio Jones isn't even a fantasy football wide receiver 3 anymore. You can't say he still has Hall of Fame talent. Let me put it this way, Keith. I won't even draft Julio Jones. I won't even put Julio on my team as my 4th or 5th or 6th wide receiver. So that's kind of, I don't know. You must really love Julio. I appreciate you. And Keith, stick to your guns. Maybe I look like a fool at the end of the year. Maybe he does go somewhere like Green Bay and revitalizes his career for 1 year. It's possible, but I think I wouldn't even draft Julio. Even if he signs somewhere like Green Bay, maybe I'd consider it at the end of the draft, but there's just no way. Hamler over Patrick, that could happen. Hamler's coming back from an ACL tear, but he could be an absolute monster if he's healthy and gets in there. There are a lot of D-backs on the Broncos. Now, granted, it's their own teammate. They've said he could be a number 1 wide receiver on a lot of teams in the NFL. Hamler tore his ACL. Probably the most gifted, purely gifted overall physical specimen in the wide receiver room in Denver, believe it or not. You may not know that. KJ Hamler might be the most athletic wide receiver in the Broncos wide receiver room. It's the ACL tear. It's the only reason I'm worried about him. A.J. Brown, top 6. We're talking about top 10 wide receivers and guys that can sneak in, so this is a good topic too. A.J. Brown, top 6. I think he could. What he's done, thank you, James, for the super chat. What A.J. Brown has done in a bad situation with Tannehill throwing him the football, with a little target share and just being ultra efficient. A lot of people take that as a negative. Some people say, hey, Smitty, by the way, we got 113 people in here. Please
hit that subscribe button if you're new and wipe your feet at the door.
A lot of people take this A.J. Brown not having huge, target share as a negative. Like, A.J. Brown's good, but he doesn't catch enough passes. And if he goes into Philadelphia and he doesn't get the right targets, he's not going to eat well. He's going to, not have good production. I think people don't understand that it's not his fault he's not getting fed in Tennessee. If he goes to Philly and gets more targets, what do you think he's going to do if he's ultra efficient with a low target share and can hang with other fantasy football top 10 wide receivers when he's getting volume that should make him a lot lower than top 10? What do you think is going to happen when A.J. Brown gets fed massive amounts of volume? Thank you, Blackbeard. Blackbeard says only 45 likes with 113 in the building. Appreciate that. Punch that thumb up button for your boy Smitty. Rockout says like it now. Sutton top 12 possible. Waddle might pop. That's a good one, Ricky. Waddle could absolutely pop. Juju and that offense. I'm not on board this line of thinking, but I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Pin this. Lazard with a finish of top 20 wide receiver and Kirk top 25. Alex, I like what you're trying to do here, but I think you could go bolder, bro, because I think everybody thinks Lazard could easily crack that top 20. If you'd said something a little higher, maybe we would have hit a button for you. But I think Lazard could easily, if he ends up remaining the wide receiver one in Green Bay, top 20 wide receivers with ease for sure. I think he could get 1,210. If he ends up being the number one for Aaron Rodgers. Now, Watson, on the flip side, Watson could get 1,200 and 8 or 9 or 10 touchdowns. So, how's everyone? What's up, Thor Bear? Appreciate you being here. Jerry Judy's a good call. Hollywood Brown's a good call. DJ Moore is probably ranked out of most everybody's top 8, but he might be in a lot of people's top 10 already. But yeah, he could. We're talking top 10 wide receivers. We're also talking wide receivers that can sneak in, so it's fine. Bold take, ETN. ETN to the moon, baby. ETN to the moon. I think you missed a super chat. Okay, let me go look for it, Carrick. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Look, you guys looking out for each other. James Conklin. Conklin, where you been, bro? So I drafted a perfect last year. One keeper, JJ, Jamar Chase, Javonte Williams, Najee, leaning toward JJ, but hey, losing Chase. Oh my God. You did draft perfect. Where'd you get your content, James? The Fantasy Football Show. Look at this beast of a man drafting this team. He gets one keeper. I'm probably keeping Jamar Chase if it's me. I love JJ. I think JJ could end up. I even have this question over here. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, I hate talking about stuff before it happens. But eventually someone will become the best wide receiver ever that hasn't yet played, or that hasn't yet gained that ranking. It's possible if he acquires a better quarterback in the next 2, 3, 4 years or something, gets, trade, whatever, quarterback gets traded in. I don't think Cousins is going to put him there. I think it's going to take one different quarterback relationship for him to take this monster level and maintain. But I beg to ask the question, could this guy, JJ, be the best wide receiver ever? Does anybody believe it's possible? I know it's early. I know it's uncomfortable to talk about those kind of things, but do you think he could become the best wide receiver ever? If so, then James, if that's you, and even if it's not number one, it's just like he could be in that conversation of when people say, hey, who is the best wide receiver ever? His name always comes up in a debate. I'm not saying it's got to be locked in. Like, could this be that guy? I know it's early, but could it be that guy? He's so talented. The start this kid's had, one of, if not the best, depending on how you look at the numbers or what numbers you're looking at, best wide receiver starts ever in the history of the NFL. So when people say like Herbert, I can't tell you how many people in the comments and DMs on Instagram tried to argue with me about yesterday's show title. Herbert, the best quarterback start ever? It is. Herbert's had the best start ever. There was even a guy in the comments, he had facts in his name, whatever, I forget his name. It said facts or whatever. He was literally arguing with me. I was like, bro, Herbert has had the best quarterback start ever in the history of the NFL. His first 2 years, Herbert has had the best start ever. The most 300-yard games, the most yardage, the most touchdown passes ever in the history of the NFL in his first 2 starts. And literally people are arguing with me. I don't think he's had the best start. Yes, statistically, he has had the best. Don't stop arguing about it. Stop telling me, yeah. Stop saying, I know what I'm saying, Smitty. He didn't. Dan Marino had the best start ever.
Alert. Maximum levels reached. Prepare for transformation. Alert. Maximum levels reached. Prepare for transformation.
Time for a Smitty rant.
I'm sorry to tell you, but no, Big Ben didn't have the best start. No, This guy over here didn't have the best start. Dan Marino didn't have the best start. You could say, I'm going to look at this specific thing, like playoff run, something like that. Statistically speaking, for the stats that matter for fantasy football, he has the best start in the history of the NFL. Justin Herbert, this guy right here on my shirt, on my custom shirt, which I will make anybody live on the show no matter what I'm doing. If I'm in a mock draft, I'm in a rant, somebody ever knocks off Jocelyn Surprise right here with this $300 super chat wad in a single live stream. Whoever becomes the number one and overtakes Jocelyn, I make a custom shirt however they want. We got a different color, but we got right here, large. This gray is what you get. This gray, large, extra large. I believe I have 2XL. I believe I have medium. I don't think I have small. But get out of here with the small shirt. Get out of here. Look, Justin Herbert has had the best start in NFL history for quarterbacks. He's on his way to the moon, people.
To the moon.
And I understand that people have a adverse reaction to statements like Herbert is the best ever without knowing the context of what we're talking about. Number one start ever. Herbert, to me, is on, and we did enough on this tomorrow. I will only go so far on this rant. Herbert, to me, is in line for a 44 to 46 passing touchdown number, and probably he'll punch in, I'd say, 2 to 5 touchdowns on the ground. Yes, I know Eckler's going to run some in. Yes, I know he's not the best quarterback. Yes, I know that Josh Allen and Lamar and Hurts, these guys run more than him. But it doesn't matter because he's going to throw for over 44 to 46 passing touchdowns in 2022. Now, sometimes I ask myself, okay, so he's going to throw for 44 to 46 passing touchdowns. And I have Keenan Allen so low on my rankings. And I do go back and forth. I do struggle with that. I do admittedly look at my rankings sometime and I say, okay, I know Eckler's there. Eckler's a big component in that. Eckler's going to pull in a lot of receptions, a lot of touchdowns. It could be like a 7-8 receiving touchdown season for Eckler. He could have not the receiving numbers of old because he does require a lot of up the gut running now, so that takes away a little bit of his PPR volume. But Eckler's going to be a monster in the receiving game. So that's a big chunk that we don't have to account for. When you have a guy throwing for number one quarterback numbers in fantasy, and you have a guy like Eckler, that can definitely dilute some of the numbers to the wide receivers and explain why you don't have both of the wide receivers for the Chargers ranked in the top 5, like a lot of people do with Burrow. Burrow's got Higgins, and he's got Jamar Chase ranking anywhere from 1 to 8 overall. People love it. Super chat. Oh, Seth Jocelyn dropped a $400 wad right in the middle of the rant. We're making a shirt for Seth Jocelyn. We're making a shirt for Seth Jocelyn.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Okay, Seth, I need you to call into the show right now. And we need to talk about what you want, how you want this customization done. We can do it offline if you're not able to do it right now, but I'm going to open up the phone line and you can dial in and we can figure this out because we need to make your shirt live, like I said, on demand right now. So the phone line's open, Jocelyn. Dial into the show.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Okay, this segment is about Jocelyn's shirt. There's this segment. Honored to be here for that. Thank you. So Jocelyn, this is Jocelyn's surprise. So Seth Jocelyn just took over Jocelyn's surprise. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Seth Jocelyn here.
Hey, is this really Seth Jocelyn? Can you confirm in the chat?
I swear to God, dude.
I know. Well, I know you were going to say that.
I called in.
Can you confirm in the chat by typing?
I called it.
Type a message in the chat and say, yes, that's me, if it really is you.
Okay.
That way we can confirm.
It really is. But
No, well, I know.
once before, and I was a little. I'm the guy who did the 100. Already did my 150 super chat. Yeah, it's me. I'll say it's me.
I just want to confirm.
Okay, there you go. It's me. I got you. I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like just for your for your own shirt's protection. Okay, it is. It is Seth Jocelyn. Okay, we got you live on the phone. I need to know, first of all, what size are you, Seth?
I'm a large, bud.
Large. Okay, let's go to the other camera. I got to pull down the shirts over here. So we'll go to this camera angle.
No, I got to get the breezy shirt, dude. I need the breezy.
Get Breeze or Breezy?
Breeze. Freaking Drew. I need the...
Drew Brees, okay, Breeze. We can do that. Let me see what I got here.
ETN. I need the shirt you got on right there. That's the shirt right there. Breezy.
Okay, so, this says get breezed. It says get breezed. But I can put breezy for you. We can do whatever you want. All right, so here's your shirt. We got
I like it. Get breezed. There it is.
Yeah, so you want Breeze, though. You want Drew Brees.
No, not Drew Brees, dude. No. Yeah, get Breeze, dude.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I drank a little wine today, so I'm feeling it.
No problem. Okay, so here we go. Let me go to the marker board. Let's map this shirt out. Well, shall we? So here's the shirt. I don't know if you can see the YouTube show as we do this.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it now. I turned down the volume so I could see it.
Okay, so we're gonna put a get breezed in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do you want? Do you want a similar? Do you want it exactly like this, or do you want like something different? You want a couple different players on it?
Let's see. My biggest boys right now are, well, at least an underdog. I already did my 150 underdog. So I'm already maxed out, unfortunately, because I'd probably do 150 more because I'm crazy. But let me go to my exposure here. I got a lot of David Montgomery because I went. So I got a lot of Monty. So we might have to get Monty on there.
Okay, so we'll do a Monty up the side here. Okay.
And then because of how most of my drafts went, that I went wide receiver heavy early and stuff, I got a ton of Dak Prescott. So I'm loving some Cowboys this year. I got CD early, and then I would try to get Dalton all the time in like 6th round. I can pick up Dalton, and then I get freaking Prescott like a little bit later, and like. Love it. How
about this right here, bro? Get breezed. I don't know if you can see it. We'll put Lamb in the box, kind of similar to my shirt. So here's my shirt.
Yeah.
We'll put Lamb right here.
Boom.
We'll put Dak right here.
That's a league winner, possibly. That could be a league winner.
And then you want Monty down this way.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it.
I like it.
We'll do it live.
I didn't know you were going to custom one for me. Damn, dude. I was going to be happy with the one you have because I got a lot of teams with Herbert. I got a lot of teams with ETN.
Bro,
I got a lot of teams
with...
I'm
going to do it live on the show while I answer questions. We're taking this bad boy out here.
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's all thanks to you, pal. Okay, so we'll take this sucker out. We'll start making it.
Yeah, I signed up with you on the fantasy football show, and then I've dropped the other, but and I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm the Jocelyn up here or not, because like I have a little too much wine each night. I did well with crypto down the route. That's why I'm passing it on, my friend.
I appreciate you. I don't think you're not Jocelyn Surprise, so no. That's Jocelyn Surprise.
No.
So now there's two Jocelyns.
Like, yo, did I drop a fucking wad one night when I was all like,
no, you did it.
Drinking
you did
heavy or something?
No, you did. This one is.
Well, now I did.
Seth Jocelyn, $3.99. You are the new Super Chat King. We do appreciate Jocelyn Surprise for being the reigning.
I'll hit you up a little bit more later, but I tried to do the max was. I think $4.99 or $5.99, but YouTube wouldn't allow me to do it.
Damn.
So
we do have
hey, I watch the show every day. Pretty much any day I'm home and stuff and watch the show. I'm like maxing out my DraftKings. I'm maxing out all my fantasy leagues, and hopefully you're going to do the daily DraftKings when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of best ball advice this year, so you're gonna get a lot of that. But there's always a PayPal one down below as well. If anybody ever wants to use that, they can't super chat or something. But hey, never expected, always appreciated. I'm gonna start making your shirt. Feel free to call back in. I'm gonna be taking phone calls while I make your shirt the whole episode, bro.
Definitely.
Okay.
Hey, and all the respect to the other Jocelyn too. That was like no disrespect to the other Jocelyn.
No,
that guy's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone on this show, freaking awesome, dude. I freaking love this community. I love what you guys are doing. I love what you're doing, dude. And I'm ready. I'm going for it, dude. I'm going for it this year. So
yes,
I appreciate you having me on, and you guys have a. I'll call back in one of these days. Have a good night.
Yeah, even call back in later if you got a question on the show. I'm going to be doing the shirt while I talk to everybody. So dial in if you got a question and you forgot to ask.
Nice. I'll be watching.
All right. Appreciate you, buddy boy. DM me on Instagram real quick too. Thanks, man. Just so
I'm off the Instagram. I'm getting off some of the Facebook, Instagram shit because I'm kind of more of a Trump guy. So and all that shit seems like.
Well, I'll email you because I have your email.
Let's not go down that political road.
Yeah, I'm gonna email you because I got to send this to you. So I'll get your address. I'll email you. So I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Later.
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks, bud.
That was get Jocelyn. Maybe we should maybe we should surprise him and put get Jocelyn on there. What's up, buddy?
Smitty, it's Jocelyn Surprise. How are you?
Oh, Jocelyn Surprise! Call it in after Jocelyn dropped the. How you doing, bro?
Hey, listen, I'm literally driving home, and I've been listening to the show, so I'm very happy that Jocelyn, was able to bless the show, man.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of his also.
Yeah,
so,
you guys have
that's awesome stuff, man.
You guys have both Jocelyn the show at some point. Hey, Jocelyn, surprise! I owe you a shirt too because of your reigning time at the top. So I'm gonna get with you. And you're a thefantasyfootballshow.com member as well, right?
I'm actually not, man. I'm actually not.
DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. We'll work out the details for your shirt, but you get one too, pal.
Okay, no problem, man. All right, man. I just wanted to call in and congratulate Jocelyn on being the newest, highest super chatter, and I'm a big fan of the show, man. All right?
Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for being the reigning champ for a while.
All right, guys.
All right, later. All right, let's start making this shirt, shall we? So, guys, design some quality tanks. I don't have tank tops here currently, but I could definitely do them. The Fantasy Football Show logo on t-shirts, I definitely have those. You can go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. You'll see a merch button. Definitely can get those already, but we can definitely add these on. The man wants DFS. I don't think Smitty covers DFS. I just said I'm doing a lot of DFS content this year, pal. DFS wasn't a thing until September, like the last second in Arizona, so I couldn't really even play it consistently. No one could unless I was out of town or something. So this year's a lot different. This year we've been doing, Carlos, we've been doing best ball drafts like every other night, bro. So we're definitely covering DFS. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, I will buy a hat soon, Smitty. Okay, Nick. We'll be doing a lot of custom hats. I might be doing some with the badges too and stuff like that on there, so look for that later. Rock Out, what's up, Rock Out?
What's that?
What's up, buddy? We're making a gray shirt.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Yeah, call me crazy, but I think Burrow can overtake Allen for the number 2 spot.
I mean, that's not crazy at all. I got Josh Allen as the best pick in fantasy football. Being a Herbert believer, and I'm telling you that or being a Herbert number 1 overall believer, and I'm telling you that Joe Burrow is the number 1 steal of fantasy football drafts, that says something about Burrow's value. You know? I mean, he's got the weapons. How could he not? Could definitely be the number 1 quarterback. And you're getting him in the 6th round. That's why Joe Burrow is the best pick in fantasy football. Yeah. He is literally going at 6.1 to 7.5. I mean, Joe Burrow is a monster, bro. What else you got?
Yeah, well, my issue with Allen last year, I think he's got improved, was his slow starts in the first half.
Yeah.
And then he would make it up in the second half.
Yeah. We got 101 in here, people. Hit that thumbs up. Jocelyn, do you the man? So cool. You called in right after. Mad respect, bro. Says Jocelyn to Jocelyn. Jocelyn to Jocelyn. Hey, Seth, do you want to get Jocelyn, or maybe we won't do that? We'll just keep it the way it is. We'll keep it the way it is. Adam Thielen, top 5. What do you think of that rock out? I don't like that. No way.
No.
No way. I mean,
I think KJ might overtake him this year.
Yeah, it's bold. I like that it's bold, but I certainly don't think Thielen's gonna be top 5. It's possible, I guess, in like a Bizarro world, maybe. In like Bizarro world, possibly, like alternate universe, maybe. I guess. But
like a low 30.
Yeah, I'm like not even excited about Adam Thielen as my, I would say, like as my flex. You know, I don't mean disrespect on that, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. Okay.
And
the shirt.
And what do you think about Van Jefferson and A-Rob?
Van Jefferson and A-Rob. I'm not concerned about A-Rob losing much to Van. I like Van a little bit, but I certainly believe that A-Rob is going to be the locked-in number 2. I just feel like people are overvaluing A-Rob just a little bit. It's not that I don't think he's going to do well. It's not that I don't think he can't. He can be a wide receiver, a high-end wide receiver 3, and really has potential for like high-end wide receiver 2 value. Of course, I see that, but I just don't know how. I just don't know if I can draft him in a place where people are drafting like Breece Hall. Like that's where I'm seeing him going, bro.
And people overvaluing Juju for whatever reason.
Yeah. We're making this Get Breece shirt right now, man. We're doing it live. What else? What else you got?
It.
You got okay. Call back if you have another question, bro. Appreciate you.
All right.
Call in while I'm making the shirt.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Dong.
Get breezed. A-Rob competing with Kupp for targets. I don't look at it that way. You had Odell Beckham Jr. You had Van Jefferson. I don't think A-Rob's taken anything away from Kupp. Kupp's the guy. Kupp's the guy that Stafford trusts. Kupp's the guy that navigates all over the field. Kupp runs in the slot. You can't double team Kupp. Kupp's going to be fine. Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 10. We talked about it earlier. St. Brown's definitely got the ability to be a sneaky good top 10 wide receiver. We talked about that at the top of the show. Adam Thielen has 10 plus TDs. I don't know about that, Carrick, but I definitely feel like he could do really well, I suppose, but and prove me wrong. But I'm not thinking he's going to have that kind of season. Nevin says he got a raise tonight. Attaboy, Nevin. Good job, buddy. Keep grinding. Link to Smitty's store. If you guys want merch, let me drop the link. Not to these shirts. These are custom. These are done for the highest super chatter. But I could definitely drop the merch link right here. Hold on. It's on the bottom of the fantasyfootballshow.com, but I can grab the link for you and drop it in the live chat right here. That is the merch right there. And if you guys want to be a YouTube exclusive member where you can drop all these amazing emojis, I'm going to pin the link right here for anybody that would like to. I can't really pin the link right now. It's moving so fast. Okay. There we go. Link has been pinned for anybody that wants to become a YouTube exclusive member. All right. Let's get some phone calls in here.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Down.
These Mexican Cokes are so good. Burrow's gonna ball. Absolutely get burrowed. Get burrowed all day long. Burrow's gonna burrow everybody in 2022. All right, so Jocelyn's shirt is underway. We're making Jocelyn's shirt right now. I got to try and do like 10 things at once here. Load in this. I'm going to print out that bad boy. And then we're going to print. Who super chatted? James Conklin. Join the YouTube memberships. James.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy. Appreciate you, James. James became a YouTube exclusive member. Can we call about anything? You can call about whatever you want. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Terry, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Smitty?
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm at your merch store. I want to buy me a hoodie for the for your with your show and stuff.
Attaboy.
But you want me to? Can I just super chat you the money, or do I need to buy it through the?
Yeah, that merch,
website?
that merch you're looking at, I don't create. So
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all drop shipped. So it's not even like a thing where I'm trying to do it for too much profit or anything. It's just to provide merch for everybody if they want it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, feel free to buy anything there. I won't get mad at you.
Yeah, cause you know I'm good for it. So, cause I buy stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, got this. Yeah, dude. I'm really excited about my Cooper Cup league. Yeah, I've never drafted a team that good before.
What's your Cooper Cup team look like?
A fire. I got Taylor. I got Brees Hall. I got I don't even know. I got like 5-6 running backs, and I got like star wide receivers.
What do you got?
I got Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes? Wow, you got DK, right? You got DK. Who else you got?
No, DK. I got him in my in our call league.
Okay, so you got JT Hall, Mahomes, and who else?
Yeah, JT Hall, and I got the running back from San Francisco in my flex spot.
Nice. I mean, this right here, JT Hall, Mahomes. That's a really good trio.
Yeah. I thought so.
Who's your fourth best player?
I don't even remember. Let me look that up. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I got so many.
Awesome, dude. I'm like, wow, dude.
I got so many leagues.
And
I can't remember either.
And then last night I was able to pick up the running back from Atlanta. I picked him up yesterday, along with the guy from Pittsburgh, the tight end from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I picked him up too, all in the same league.
Well,
yeah.
Awesome, man. We got the shirt we're making here for Jocelyn, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's absolutely fire, man. That was like $3.90. Wasn't it $3.99? That's awesome.
$3.99? Are you out of your mind?
That's awesome.
Jocelyn. What's more awesome is Jocelyn knocking off Jocelyn. Like that was the part that.
Right.
That's the part that
was awesome.
I love it. You got two Jocelyns. One's a surprise. The other one's a Seth.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, so we're making this shirt here. Get briefed.
That's it. Yeah, I'm excited for this year. And I even have my family draft yet, and I'm ready to take over.
Take over, Terry. You got this, bro. All right, man. You got anything else?
No, not so far. Yeah, I'm gonna buy merch from you. So, yeah, but, I'll be getting me a hoodie and stuff. I'll put it on my pictures.
Appreciate you, buddy. All right, take it easy. Call in anytime. Later.
Yeah. Later.
All right, guys, dial in if you have anything else you would. Let me see if I can get the phone line up here on this one. It's dial into the show. This is the number if you'd like to dial in.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Dong.
We're making a custom shirt for Jocelyn, who became the highest super chatter of the year in a single live stream. You can see it on. Oh, I don't have it on. Yeah, top left corner, $3.99. Jocelyn did he and the crazy part is Jocelyn's surprise was the guy. 2 Jocelyns back to back. The guy that had the next highest. I gotta get this. Anyway, guys, let me know if you have any questions, and I can answer them here while I'm making this shirt. Anybody have any like sleepers that no one is thinking of right now? Like, does anybody have a sleeper that they think can be in the top 10 that literally no one else has? Does anybody have a player like that in mind? You need a shirt with mom yelling at her with her megaphone. I like that. I like that idea. All right, so here's his get Jocelyn or get Breest. Get Jocelyn. I like that. All right, let's put this up here. So I put this about. Let me get the tape measure. I put this sucker about right. About 2 inches down. Yeah, it looks pretty good right there. About 2 inches down. So let's go over to the board. And let's put this right here. Two inches away. Actually, we gotta go from here. Then from the top, we are get Breest, baby. We'll let that cool for a minute. Can you go to the mall kiosk and make your own tees? I've done a few. You can go. Well, bro, you're getting custom Smitty tees over here. You don't need to do that. What side are you taking? ETN and Sky Moore, or Algier and Dotson in Dynasty? ETN. I'd take ETN over Dotson and Algier, bro. And I love Algier, but I'm taking ETN alone, and you're getting Sky Moore too. Nevin, that's almost take a lap worthy, my man. Dynasty Etienne or Garrett Wilson and Ramondre? What are these questions? Etienne by a mile. Etienne by a mile. It's not even close. What are these Etienne questions? Did we go into a time machine? Let's see here. I don't know. What else we got while I'm making the shirt here? What else you guys got for me? Hit me with the questions. This shirt's gonna be great. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Hey, Smitty. This is the Amazing Asian. Love your show.
What's up, buddy?
I'm thinking that Chris Olave is going to make top 10 this year. Really love his route running. Love the situation. Love how he's got the perfect quarterback. I don't think Michael Thomas is going to do much this year, and with Kamara possibly being out, they're going to have to pass a lot. And I really like that kid out of Ohio State. Everyone's talking about Garrett Wilson, but my favorite is Chris Olave for top 10. What do you think?
Chris Olave. I like Olave. I don't know about top 10, but I think he's certainly capable of being, a guy that like we look at next year and we say, remember when and I'm not saying he's going to be Justin Jefferson good. I'm not like, please don't take that because I don't think that at all. But JJ was like not the number one consensus wide receiver, his rookie year. So could Olave be like kind of like that, like a smaller version of that, to where like at the end of the year we're like looking at him so very differently walking into 2023, like where he's maybe DK Metcalf value, or McLaurin. McLaurin's like a third rounder, right? Could Olave could he have that kind of upside? I think he could. I don't think it's crazy to think that he could be that good, at the end of the year. So, but do I think he's going to have that kind of consistency all year? I don't really believe that he will all year, but he definitely could put on a show and give us a sample of what's to come. But Olave, I don't like Winston. I don't like Winston long term though, bro. Like you do.
No, I was just thinking for redraft this year.
Yeah.
I'm in a 12-team PPR, and I'm going after him hard. I'm going to have to reach for him, I think. So we got a lot of savvy drafters in our league, and I think that they know what I know. I'm just liking the guy. I like the situation. The talent is there, the opportunity, the situation. He's got the right quarterback. I don't know. I guess I'll keep in touch with you. I just started listening to your show. I love your show. I love your community that you have there, and man, the support and the love that it goes both ways. Your passion is unbelievable. I listen to all the analysts out there, and you're right there with the fantasy footballers. I got to say, they're one of my favorites, but you're right up there too.
I appreciate
I just
that.
wanted to call in. Yeah, you're the best, man. I'm in Phoenix as well.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, so I see you doing these little walks at night. I know where that place is. I ate there with my wife and kids. Hey, also, I wanted to. I don't know if anybody's ever mentioned this, but how come nobody's saying Brees's Pieces? I like that for.
That's a pretty good one.
Get Brees's Pieces. He's going to tear the league up, man.
Yeah.
He's tear him to pieces.
He's gonna tear.
I like your take on that.
Yeah, he's gonna be good, bro. He's gonna be good. I like. I think Brees is gonna. I think Brees and I think that. So back to the Olave thing. I think this wide receiver group is not as good, anywhere near as good as the previous. By the way, so Seth Jocelyn said give you a moonshot for the call. Good call. So he wants a moonshot.
To the moon.
I think this wide receiver.
I'm gonna get a shirt.
You what?
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say I was going to get a shirt too, and I wanted to put Brees's Pieces under, but since he was talking about that, I thought, well, he can go ahead and use that. I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe I'll make a couple of those Brees's Pieces. I like that.
So anyway, you talking about Olave? Go ahead.
Yeah, who'd you say this was? I'm gonna make sure I tag your name to this. So
it's a nickname somebody gave me a long time ago. I'm half Japanese, and they called me the Amazing Asian, so it kind of stuck.
Okay, Amazing Asian. I got it saved in here, so when you call, I'll know it's you. I'll be like, Amazing Asian's on the phone. Olave. Right. So on Olave, I believe that we've got a group of wide receivers where one of them could be like a second round capable player for fantasy football, like in the future? Like could Olave be McLaurin good? Like McLaurin's a third rounder. Name a second round wide receiver. Maybe I don't want to say it could be Debo good. I think Debo's going to be top 12 or 14, but maybe there is a Debo in here. There's no Jamar Chase. There's no Justin Jefferson. I think Jameson Williams has the best shot at maybe being that good, but I don't think he will. That's a tall order. I think at best we're going to find somebody that becomes second round fantasy football worthy for 2023 and beyond. Evans or AJB, yeah, I suppose we could. Maybe Olave becomes that good. He could. Maybe Jameson Williams becomes that good, but it's Breece Hall and even Kenneth Walker if he gets fed right. It's these running backs that have the power in this running back class or in this rookie class. But I'm not saying that we can't have an elite, wide receiver. I just don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the past. This isn't that kind of wide receiver class, in my opinion.
You mentioned JJ a couple of times, and he wasn't Jefferson until he became Jefferson. He got dropped in my league after the second week. I picked him up. We had an auction league. I bid like 30% of my auction budget on him. I got him. I ended up winning the championship because of him.
Yeah.
I wrote him, but he wasn't Jefferson until he was Jefferson. And we could be saying the same thing about Olave. And he could be could be a first round pick next year, just like Jefferson is this year.
So that was my point earlier that I said is that I could very easily see us looking at, and that's why I brought up Jefferson, where everybody said, that he wasn't the number one wide receiver from the class, and he ended up being the number one wide receiver from the class. So I'm just saying Olave could be that good. We might be looking at him end of year very, very differently. We might be walking into 2023 where he's a third round pick. He's getting drafted where McLaurin's getting drafted right now. Like, that's possible. He's not my choice for it, but it's certainly possible. Like, I'm telling you right now, I don't dislike the idea of that. I don't dislike that it could happen.
Well, I think that he's in a situation that I think might even be better than Jefferson was last year because, I like Kirk Cousins. He's actually from my hometown in Holland, Michigan, to be honest with you. I like the kid. Yeah. But Jameis Winston is a better fantasy quarterback. I don't want to talk about NFL, and the situation that he's in New Orleans, I don't think Thomas is going to do much. And who else do they have there? I mean, there's really nobody there that he's going to get the targets. And then you figure Kamara's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, and they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. And I don't know. I'm going to be bold like you are, Smitty. I'm going to call him out top 10.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being bold and trying to predict these things before they happen. It's always funny how mad people get when you say something bold like Olave's going to be top 10 and people get all crazy. It's like, that's why we do this. It's why we do what we do. There's no Grace Sportsbook Almanac like in Back to the Future that we all have our hands on. Like, this is why we do what we do.
Yeah, it makes it fun. You can speculate all you want, and then at the end of the year, you can just stand by as long as the process is right. Like I think, like what I'm saying with the process, nobody would have predicted Jefferson last year, but now we're taking him in the top 7 picks this year, and redraft and dynasty, who knows, even higher. But nobody would have guessed it. I'm making my call next year for Olave. That's where he's going to be. He's going to be in that class of receivers.
Yes, sir.
This year.
Definitely doable.
All right.
I think
it's fun talking to you, Smitty.
Yeah, Jameson Williams too. I mean, if he's able to get healthy, the one thing I love about Jameson Williams is his separation is just unbelievable.
Oh yeah. That's a shame he had to tear his ACL, and I don't know. Do you think Goff is the quarterback to get the best out of him though, and especially with St. Brown, Hawkinson, and Chark, and then Swift? They got too many weapons there. They're gonna, even when he comes back healthy after the second half of the year, I don't see him getting enough volume really to make a difference. I don't think he's going to get to showcase his talent.
Yeah. No, I don't.
What do you think of that?
I don't. Yeah. I don't like Goff. I don't like Goff long term. I don't. But
for all those same reasons, that's the reason why I like Olave, because he doesn't have those deterrents, if you will, in New Orleans the way that Williams has in not barring the injury. Forget, because I know that we got to account for that, because that's the reason why Williams isn't going in, third or fourth round, because he's got cover from the ACL. But Olave doesn't have those deterrents, being in New Orleans. He's got the whole thing. I just see it. So we'll see what happens. That's what makes it fun, right? So we love fantasy football.
Yes, sir. All right, amazing, Asian. We appreciate you calling in, pal.
All right.
Call in anytime. I got you saved here, so I'll know when you're dialing in.
You got it, boss.
Later.
Take care.
All right, guys, dial in if you want to be on the show here.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Down.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like Olave more and more each day. I'm not gonna lie. This one from Rock Out. Take us to Sun Devil Football Stadium live on IG. I could do that. For sure, Rock Out. All right, this right here is going to be placed similar to where I have it. It's going to be kind of under. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty.
Who's this?
Scott, how you doing, bros?
Who's this?
Scott.
Scott, what's up, Scott?
Hey, man, ESPN called you yet?
No, they haven't.
Should be.
I haven't.
Because you're number one in the industry as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, thanks, Scott.
So you ought to be replacing Matthew Berry.
I appreciate that, but no, I haven't got a call. But to be honest, Scott, I don't think I'd accept it. I mean,
really, with the bag they'd offer you?
I mean, it depends on what. Like, money talks. Like, if someone came along and said, "Smitty, I'll give you millions of dollars," of course I'd do it. But if somebody came along and said, "Hey, we got a salary job at ESPN. We're not buying you out or anything. Do you want it?" I wouldn't take it. Like, unless I could do that on top of this, and I most certainly could figure out how to do that because I don't really sleep, so I just balance things different. But like, I'd rather, and people find this really hard to believe, and they say they call cap on me. They're like, you'd accept an ESPN? No, I wouldn't. I've done this 20 years. Like, I don't need an ESPN. Like, I haven't done video for 20 years. I've done video. This is my 4th year. But I did radio for 20 years. I did fantasy football content creation for 20 years. I don't need that kind of notoriety. It doesn't fuel me. Like it did when I was younger. I'll admit, when I was 20 years old, if you would have said, give you a salary job at ESPN, I would have thought that was the best job on the planet. I feel like I have the best job on the planet. I just made my shirt this morning, my uniform for work. This is my new uniform. Like, what better job in the world than to roll out of bed? I built a studio here. I get to be with all you guys. There's nothing better in the whole wide world than what I do. So,
the only reason I'm saying all that, Smitty, is because you bring so much to the table.
I appreciate
and I love you,
that.
brother.
I appreciate that. And yeah, we don't need to talk about the why I wouldn't do it. It'd be a tough call to say no to. I admit that. But what's up, man? What do you got for me today? And I appreciate the compliment.
All right, man. Have a good day.
No. What do you got for me? What do you got question-wise? Where'd he go? He hung up. Hey, Scott, call back. Scott, I want to talk fantasy with you. If Scott's still listening, call back. Premium pullover hoodie. Smitty, you're the man. Thanks for yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, Scott, call back. I was asking you some questions. Hey, Scott, I don't know if you could hear me at the end there. Sorry about that. I was going to say, what do you got fantasy?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Let's talk fantasy. What do you got?
Well, I've always kind of drafted the way you do, to be honest with you. And that's kind of the reason why I love the show. I mean, we can have disagreements on certain players, but that's neither here nor there. But, man, ESPN, I had a draft. I thought I knocked it out of the ballpark. They come back and graded me with a C. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I had everybody on that team I thought was going to knock it out of the park. But I'm not worried about it because I worked the waiver wires really hard all year long. And that, to be honest with you, that's how I win. That's how I win my championships. I could probably learn to draft better, but after watching you, I think I'm drafting awesome.
Yeah, it's always funny. I get the worst, grades too. Because if you think about it,
Yeah.
what are we about? We're all about ahead of the curve. Like, we're not drafting
Yeah.
we're not drafting the obvious. We're drafting the next Dalton. You know, Dalton Schultz is the next tight end. We're drafting Kenny Walker, who's the next stash. Like, you're not expecting things from right out of the gate. We're drafting Kenny Walker. We're drafting Breece Hall. Breece Hall's in the 4th round. He's in the mid 4th to sometimes
it's a long season.
Yeah. So what is the ESPN going to do after you're done drafting? They're going to grade you based on the ADP. So don't even worry about it. But yeah, I know you know that, but yeah.
Well, that's it, man. I just want to tell you, man, with all your psychology and everything you bring to it, and the things you know about the health, because these are things that nobody else. I don't think some of them bring doctors on and stuff, but I think they're all a little jaded still. Yeah. I mean, there's no way I would draft Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry ever again. Chris McCaffrey burned me too many times, so I'm done with him.
Yeah.
Sure, he might do good for a half year, but to be honest with you, last year you told me, you said, don't draft Henry, and if you do, trade him by the eighth week. Week 7, I traded him. I won the league because of it,
Attaboy.
And I know that.
Attaboy.
So, it's just awesome, man. You just got to listen instead of these hard heads trying to input theirs. They need to listen to what you got to say, and they need to go back and ponder it before they start making judgments.
I appreciate that, and I'm not always right.
Nobody's always right.
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah, not
knock it out of the park.
I love my community because I feel like my community sum total is better than what I have to offer. Like, you guys together are more powerful than just someone like me. Like, we collect a lot of like-minded people. We bring them all together, and sometimes I'll see stuff in the chat that'll influence me. Sometimes, you guys can help me, reshape my thinking. There was a time where we had a caller. I don't know if he's watching right now, and I want to give him kudos. We had a caller one time say, "Hey, what do you think of Pat Freiermuth?" This was like way early on before he was really on the map at all. And I remember I said to him, "What do I think of Pat Freiermuth?" "This is what I think of Pat Freiermuth," and I just moved on and dismissed him, like, as a joke. I was playful, but I didn't really care about Pat Freiermuth. Look, I don't always have the answers at the moment, and sometimes you guys are the best in the biz, and so that's why I love what I do. That's why I say it would be hard for me to ever do anything else, because I like walking in and coming in here and hanging out with you guys every day. There are people that have been acquired before, especially when I started. It was me, it was Matthew Berry, it was football guys, it was a couple of different people in the industry. Yahoo barely had anything going on fantasy wise when I started, and it was basically just us. And I mean, I from that time, from when I started in this business, when I created the first basic instant trade calculator, I got into the business because nobody had stuff like that. I got tired of getting online and searching for fantasy football content, and nobody had anything in March, in April, and May. And I'm not just talking dynasty, I'm talking about in redraft. I'd literally get online and I'd be a consumer of fantasy. I didn't do it yet for as a profession, and I'd type in rankings, and it'd be March, and I want redraft rankings for in March, and nobody would have it. All my friends called me crazy. They're like, "You're an idiot. Why would you even want to rank right now when the draft hasn't happened? So much of the offseason is going to change. Someone's going to get hurt. Wait till magazines come out. Relax until then." And I'm thinking to myself, am I the only person on the planet that doesn't want to relax right now? Am I the only person on the planet that wants to literally I remember when I was 16 years old, I've been playing fantasy since I was 13, 14 years old. I remember I was 16 years old. My first job ever was in a grocery store, and I'd take this pad of paper to work. I put it in my pocket, and I'd go into the freezer. I'd be pretending I'm stocking items in the store, and I pretend I got to go into the freezer where there's no cameras or nothing. I'd sit down in the corner where no one could find me on a milk crate in the freezing cold, and I'd just mock draft on this little notebook all day long, bro. That's my first job. And since then, I've had that mentality of how can I provide too much content that no one can even possibly absorb. That's my goal. Whenever I think of what I want to do this coming year, next year, it's provide so much content that you can't even consume it. That's my goal. And I apologize to that grocery store for wasting their.
No, you ain't gonna apologize for that. I'm glad to hear it from man.
No,
everybody's got to pay this
no,
one way or another.
No, I said I apologize to the grocery store who paid me to mock draft in the freezer.
Well, I'm sure they had other people hiding in the bathroom. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smitty, I want you to know, man, I really appreciate your content and everything you do for the show. If things were different for me, I'd be spreading the wealth too, but I ain't no wealth in this no more.
Hey, bro, all you got to do is like and comment, and that's enough for me. And just telling people about the show, you don't even realize that sends more to me than anything. So that's how you could help me. Don't worry about anything else. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
man.
call anytime. I got your numbers.
Every single day.
I got your name saved in here, so when you call, I'll know it's you. Dial in anytime.
All right, brother. You have a good day, man. I appreciate you.
Later.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Dong.
Okay, rock out. Appreciate your super chat, rock out. Thank you so much. Ron Navy. What's up, Ron?
It's Happy Tuesday, isn't it?
It is Happy Tuesday. We're making shirts, buddy boy.
Making shirts, showing the love. I mean, hey, you got to be feeling really good right now because everybody's calling in and just telling you the truth how it is, man. Smitty, you're awesome, bro.
Well, hey, I appreciate it.
You had me thinking about some nostalgia, though. Just when you were talking there about, how long you were doing. I know when I first got in, there wasn't much on there, but I know me and my buddy that we always do the fantasy thing together. We always listened to this show called The Huddle. Do you remember The Huddle?
Yeah.
It was like a radio show, but then they went did all this you had to pay for shit and all this other stuff. But that's who we first started way back in the 90s. You were talking way back in the 90s, but
yeah, I started in radio. I was on the longest running fantasy football radio show in the world. I don't think that anybody's ever beat it. It was on for 22 straight years. I was a part of it 18 or 19, I think. And so I wasn't there from the beginning. But I was there from like year 4 or 5 or 6 on, I forget. But basically,
right.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, there weren't a ton of, there wasn't a lot of fantasy stuff year round. And the honest truth is, even though there was some dynasty communities, there just wasn't enough dynasty desire. People didn't have the desire for dynasty content. So if you created content like I did year round, it wasn't all for dynasty, but I started to get into dynasty because that's the natural progression. If you're wanting content in February, March, you get talked into drafts, and that's how I got kind of into dynasty. But a majority, I'd say, from on the fantasyfootballshow.com, I'd say 70% of it are dynasty, hardcore dynasty owners. So that site has a big, heavy hand in dynasty, because I cover it year round, so I'm a big dynasty guy.
Yeah. You know what? It's kind of like technology's awesome and everything, but still the old days, where you get all your buddies together and you all gather at the house and you have a big old draft day and a party and all that. Those have kind of gone to the wayside because of technology. Now everybody just does it online, but those were fun days, before the internet and all that. That was the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to, when I started in fantasy, we used to do the you get the newspaper and you do the box scores, and you wouldn't know who won the league until you got to the library, the morning Monday. You kind of know who. You still have to wait for the Monday night game, but that was how I played fantasy back in the day. It was crazy times, man.
Yeah.
But I love what I do, and honestly, I always say to you guys, I mean this when I say it. I work for you guys, and that's truly how it is, because without you guys, I would have nothing. So it's important for me to take care of my people. And I know that when shows get bigger and bigger, I know a lot of people's fear is when the show gets big that I won't engage. but that's not the case. We might have to do it differently. I might not see every comment. You know, everything, things are going to get crazier and crazier every year. But I mean, my whole thing is like, I don't have a co-host, you know, I don't have a co-host, and that's kind of by design, because I'm kind of a one-man band. I think my flow, my operation is all about but you guys are my co-host. You know, that's why I have all these. It's like no offense intended here, but we're like the Howard Stern show. You know, and everybody calling in is my Baba Booey and you know, my Beetlejuice, and I've got a clan, and it's a fun community, and everybody loves being a part of it. We get some negative Nancy's in here, but for the most part, the reason I know it's going to take off the way that it has already is because, like, anytime anybody runs into it, they just feel at home. We're a positive vibe. Yeah, I can rant and rave on a player, and that creates some angry people, but we're a positive community. And we're fun to hang out with, and that has more to do with you guys than it does me. I guess I'm good at collecting a lot of great personalities to come linger, but you guys are the ones that I think make the show more fun than I do. So I thank you guys.
Well, here's the thing, Smitty. I mean, we thank you because you're providing a show that there is no other show out there. I told you this before. There's no other show out there like your show. I mean, like, you let us call in, you let us talk. I mean, you have all sorts of you have your rants that you do. You know, you get mad at Ziggy. You get, you know, I mean, it's fun, and there's no other show like that has so much stuff into it. Let alone the great content and the great perspective of players that you have. There is no other show out there like that. There's some decent shows out there, but there's nothing like yours.
I appreciate that.
Oh, dude, I'm going to let somebody else call in. I just wanted to call in and say, hey, happy Tuesday, and we'll talk to you later.
I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right, guys, anybody else want to call in, dial in? We're still trying to make this shirt. We're a little ways away, but we're getting there. I got to put this lamb on. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
What's up, Smitty? I just had a quick question about a potential roster that I'm crafting. Would you be okay with having Breece Hall and Travis Etienne as my RB1 and 2, and then my third one being like Tony Pollard? Or is that too heavy on those two guys?
No, I mean, that's one of my favorite strategies. You'd of course, in context, you'd of course need to have stocked up at wide receiver. Like, that's a third and a fourth round pick. Granted, Etienne is climbing into round 3, but Breece Hall's still kind of in 4, so you could go 3 and 4 there. So if you have like a Diggs and a Debo, which I imagine you do have in that scenario, then yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite approaches. Who are your wide
my league's
receivers?
actually auction, so like, I would have like Jefferson and Metcalf, for example.
Jefferson and Metcalf. So it's an auction. Yeah, who's your quarterback?
Yeah. Herbert.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love that. So you have DK, you have Breece Hall, Etienne, Herbert, who are your other players?
It's Herbert, Etienne, Breece Hall, Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Dalton Schultz. And
Wait. Justin Jefferson, DK, Etienne, Breece Hall, Herbert, Dalton Schultz. Yeah, bro. Like that. That's not only do I love it, it's one of my favorite approaches. Like, the only approach I like a little bit more is Javonte and Swift. But then again, like what you just named, I might like better. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, Don't worry. I mean, and you're not doing this in every league, right? It's hard to do that in every league. You have to have the right draft slot. But I mean, you're doing this in a league where I think it's the best opportunity to try it with the draft slot that you have, or I'm sorry, the money, the way that it all fell for you in the auction. That's great, bro. I don't know that I can't envision coming out of a draft with all those players. That's great. Did you have any keepers at all or anything?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, it's not a keeper league, so it's redraft. But it's super weird how quarterbacks are priced in auction. Like, for example, Justin Herbert goes for like $12, and Josh Allen goes for $22. So like, it's just such a better deal to go for somebody like Herbert than Josh Allen in auction.
Yeah, I like it, bro. That's a really good team. I would love that team. I totally Smitty approve that team.
Yeah, I mean,
that is the kind of team.
I'm mock drafting right now. That's the team I keep coming out with.
That's the kind of team I would draft. For sure.
Let's go. I love the Smitty approval. Love the show, Smitty. Thank you.
Yeah, how you like the shirt? You able to see it?
Yeah, I love the shirt.
Look at that. Get Brees. You got Lamb. Jocelyn's going to get a nice little number here.
Get Brees and get Lamb.
Yeah. We were going to put get Lamb, but I thought we're good with that. But it's looking good so far. All right, man. Who did you say this was? I'm going to make sure I have you in my I'm going to add you here so I know when you call and I can address you properly. What's your name?
This is Zach.
Who?
Zach.
Thank you, Zach. Call in anytime, Zach. I appreciate you. Good job with your team, bro. That is an excellent team. Absolutely love it.
Thanks, Smitty. It's definitely Smitty oriented for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks, Smitty.
Thank you.
Call into the show.
Remember the days when there were no fantasy stuff online? Sit at a table with 11 other owners. Yeah, Stormcat, I totally remember those days. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, it's Brian. How you doing, Smitty?
What's up, Brian?
Hey, not much, man. I've been doing a lot of mock drafts, and I've been trying to look at some of the going heavy receiver, like maybe getting a Cooper Kupp. I experimented going with like an Andrews in the second round, and then if Josh Allen's available, man, I was going to nail him too. You start off with 3 big guys like that, and then so later on in the rounds, you're not going to have too much left at running back, and so I was going to end up maybe going with like a Breece Hall or somebody like some of the other backs that are going to be available at that time. But now towards the end, like later in the draft, you guys got like Cordell Patterson out there still. What's your opinion on him? Like on a later round choice, do you think he's going to be like a bell cow, or do you think he's going to get the? He had such a great year last year. Do you think he's going to get a lot of reps this year?
No, there's talk that they've already moved him to wide receiver. But okay. I don't know if those are like, that could just be like their thought process and it doesn't work out. You could cuff Tyler Algier and Cordell together. But Cordell Patterson is potentially going to lose the job to Tyler Algier, the rookie. But, I mean, you can cuff them together pretty cheaply, so I don't mind that approach.
Yeah.
But I definitely want both of them because Cordell Patterson's been in the league a while, and he broke down last year. So you got to think, okay, why did he break down? Is it because he just had some freak injuries? Or no, it's because he's an older, he's an older player.
Older guy.
Yeah, so...
And then on that same note, Smitty, speaking of older players, like you got Mark Ingram that might be playing for 6 to 8 weeks at the beginning of the season. What do you think about maybe picking him up in the later rounds? Get you off to, I don't know. What do you think about that? Like in the later round, getting Ingram because he might be the number one back out there. It looks like right now.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't know that I love Mark Ingram, but he's so old. Part of me wonders if we'll think it's Mark Ingram and it ends up being Tony Jones. They could also bring in another player. They still got time. So as long as you're not spending a lot of money, a lot of auction dollars, or he's really late in your draft, that's one thing. But it also depends on who's available. So if somebody's there like that I like more, like Tyler Algier, I'm going to say no. But it just depends on what pick and what, is he one of the last players on your team? Then sure,
Yeah, I was just kind of, thinking about, getting some of these, like if you're going to go like I described, like, go heavy receiver, get a good tight end, nail a good quarterback right off the bat. You're going to have to get a lot of good backup running backs too to back up the ones that you get. Even your middle round backs, you're going to have to back them up, man. You know what I mean? Have a stable in there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't hate it. I just I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. But
gotcha.
what other players you eyeing in that area? Like give me a couple examples of players that you would maybe overlook for Ingram, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Like okay. Well, even I know we've already talked about it on the show, but Seattle, man. I'm lost for words right now. They're
Penny. You talking about Penny?
Penny. Yeah, Penny. Like I mean, it's coach speak, but they always, like you said, they always going to say the veterans coming out first. He's got the first shot, but I mean, he if he does stay healthy, he could stay healthy. There's no reason. I know he's been hurt in the past, but you never know. Like I'm just saying, a guy like that might be somebody to pick up in the later rounds as well.
I'd rather have Penny.
That can help you out, especially.
I'd rather have Penny. I'd rather have Penny over Ingram. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if Ingram's even the guy, and you definitely won't have him, useful after week 6. So, like, what good is that? Running backs, where Ingram's going. Let me look at Ingram's ranking. So, across the industry, it's about running back 50 to 59. And you got Rashad White, Algier, Khalil Herbert, Damian Pierce in Houston. Those are all much better options. Below his ADP, you've got a lot of questionable. So he's going about right, but just slightly above his ADP, you have Rashad White 1 spot above him, Tyler Algier 2 spots above him, Khalil Herbert 4 or 5. Those are better options. Boston Scott and Ingram.
I just thought
probably rather have Ingram. Boston Scott, Chuba Hubbard, Kenyon Drake, Brian Robinson Jr. is kind of interesting. I maybe take Brian Robinson Jr. over Ingram because maybe he gets you the same amount of fantasy points just in goal line work that Ingram would probably get you being as old as he is. So I like him a little better.
Gotcha.
Zamir White, but Dearness Johnson, like those are all guys that are very, very similar. Ty Davis Price goes below Ingram, and I kind of like Ty Davis Price in a crafty way. And a lot of people won't like this, bro. A lot of people are going to say this is a really dumb strategy, but I don't really care what people say. I think Ty Davis Price and Trey Sermon together are a pretty crafty, like end of your bench duo to have, because kind of like my Trey Sermon and Mitchell handcuff last year got made fun of a lot. When Trey Sermon busted, people were like, "You were wrong about Trey Sermon." I wasn't really wrong because the whole time I said you had to have both of them. So if you have Trey Sermon and Ty Davis Price, and Ty Davis doesn't end up working out, Sermon's going to, that Mitchell's getting hurt at some point. The way the Niners run the ball, the way their play call is, just the way it's aggressive. These running backs get worked hardcore. You're gonna get, I would say,
they're
out of Trey
and
bully
ball, man. That's their. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say out of Ty Davis Price and Trey Sermon, I think you get 4 or 5 starts, and those starts won't just be okay starts; they'll be top 12 running back performances.
Yeah.
So that's a really crafty running back.
I could see that happening. I could see that be a good strategy with what I just spoke of. Like if I was going like I said, the heavy receiver, like tight end quarterbacks, strategy in the beginning, you may end up with the entire backfield of the 49ers. Because that's not, or like a Damian Harris and a Stevenson, because that might be what you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I just wanted to, pick your brain on those, and that helped me out.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you calling in. I've got you in here, Brian. So if you call again, I'll know who I'm talking to, and call in anytime.
And thanks, Smitty. Great show, and I appreciate all the help you give everybody.
Yeah, appreciate you. Later.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL.
We're almost got the Monty piece applied here, so I'm printing the Montgomery. Let me show the rock out. Rock out. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Need
help on a dynasty.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, I got the 310, but I got also a pick at the 312, and I could either go back up QB with Brissett because he'll probably be the main starter, and I could also go with Haskins, the tight end. The running back from Tennessee. Williams, the running back from the Rams. Or I could go Ross from KC, or McKenzie from Buffalo.
Name the first one that you said before the before Haskins. Who was before Haskins?
Haskins and Williams, both rookies.
Yeah, I'd go Haskins. I think that you just got a lot of upside there. You know, I'm not saying Henry's for sure going to get hurt. I know a lot of people won't like that, but I just think that's a real decent opportunity.
And would you take a chance on Brissett just to get you through this year?
It's a super flex?
Yeah, basically I went too crazy on my main position players, and I got Allen and Rodgers and no backup.
Allen, Rodgers, no backup. Yeah, you know, you might want to go Brissett over Haskins in that case if it's super flex. Sure. But if let's say he gets taken and you need to, or later on, I think he's the best of the guys you're naming.
Yeah, I got the 310 pick, and then I got to pick 2 picks later.
Yeah, Brissett's the guy for now because you're probably going to get at least 6 to 8 games out of him. That news, there was a rumor today that Watson could potentially miss just 4 to 6 games, but it's just people running their mouth. No one even knows.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
Yeah, we have no clue what the ruling is going to be. People are just trying to make waves, and a lot of times people will say things that seem like they could be the case because then if it ends up happening, they look like they're right, and then they build credibility that way. But usually that backfires. So when somebody comes out early like this and tries to say they heard 4 to 6 games because they feel like that's likely, ends up being different, and then they look like an idiot. But
And would you go with my next pick if Haskins there? Would you go Haskins or Ross from KC?
If it's is it Dynasty you said? So or no?
Yeah.
If it's Dynasty, I'd probably go Ross.
All right, I'll punch in Brissett.
Yeah. How do you like this shirt, bro? I did the white. Hopefully Jocelyn likes it, but I did the white Monty down the side. I think that looks sick.
Yeah. Like it.
Looks great. Thank you, Rock Out. Appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Later. Call in anytime. And sorry if I'm concentrating on 10 different things. Ross. If it's Dynasty, I go Ross. I like Ross a lot. He's got a lot of risk, but not if you're drafting him that late, where you're talking about like Haskins and guys like that. It's like a no risk territory. This shirt's looking fire. Jocelyn. This is the most expensive shirt Jocelyn's bought in a while, but it's gonna be fire. Dial in if you want. You guys have a question.
Call into the show. Dial 602.
While we're making the shirt, we're gonna finish this shirt on the live. We got one more name to throw on Dak. We gotta throw Dak Prescott right there, Dak, and then the shirt is done. And the shirt is done. We do got voicemails. Let's do the voicemails.
Patriots are with Bill Can we talk about how bad the Patriots are with Bill Belichick as a general manager at drafting players? Let's talk about Chase Winovich, Jared Stidham, N'Keal Harry, Sony Michel, Jacoby Brissett. None of these guys are even on the team anymore. List goes on and on.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had a few people tell me that they liked what they were doing with that double tight end thing the other year with Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, and I just thought it was the dumbest idea that could have been created. And the fact that they haven't got this man Mac Jones that everybody seems to think is this really potentially good quarterback. I think he's good. He's got good potential, but not great quarterback. Some people think he's going to be great. I just don't see it. And I think Bill Belichick hasn't put enough weapons, out there for him. And the fact that he's, willing to pass the ball like twice in a game, that's kind of, I think, his mentality is he wants somebody that just can execute. And I don't know that we're going to have like a massively crazy, insane offense. ever for the next handful of years that Bill Belichick's there. It just doesn't. This can be defense, and that's it. And if they win, they win. They could have a good enough defense to really they could make the playoffs. They could grab a wild card spot, that's possible.
Why is everyone so high on Mac Jones? That guy is so overrated.
There you go.
I mean, he's basically got the same stats last year as Taylor Heineke.
There you go. I don't know. The weapons aren't there. There's no reason to be excited about Mac Jones from a fantasy perspective. This is Kenny Powers reading a Discord question. If you guys want to get on my Discord, go to the Fantasy Football Show, which is right here. Go to the Fantasy Football Show, and you can click on the Discord and join. So definitely love to have you guys over there. This is for Jocelyn. Let's get this on there. Call in if you got a question, guys. But this question's from Kenny.
This one's from the Discord from Dollar Bill. Bill wants to know which Chiefs wide receiver presents the most upside at their current ADP.
I think Sky Moore probably does, but this is going to be a tough thing to predict because you hear things like MVS is looking really good. It's tough to know. I just personally believe Sky Moore is the most talented wide receiver on the roster. So for me, I'm going to say Sky Moore. I think initially out the gate, it might be MVS because it sounds like this guy's the most veteran of the crew. Juju, you could say, is too, but I just don't trust Juju at all. So give me MVS at the beginning of the year. Give me Sky Moore by mid-season. I think Sky Moore is just a better option by mid-season. Stormcat. The Bruce.
Hey, Smitty, I'm going to Arizona in a couple weeks. Where is the best restaurants or best places to eat in Arizona?
The Bruce coming to Arizona. Very excited about that. The Bruce, maybe I'll do a live stream out somewhere and you can show up. Best place is Lou Molinati's. They're kind of a semi-sponsor here and here on the show, so admittedly. But the reason they're a sponsor is because I won't stop talking about them, and they reach out to me, and they're like, we got, here's this giveaway, here's this gift card. Like, Lou Molinati's, I take care of them because I love them, and then they in turn just, take care of me. So I would say Lou Molinati's in Central and Camelback. In kind of at the north end of downtown Phoenix, the very, very north side of downtown Phoenix. You kind of leave downtown Phoenix, it's right there. A lot of places like that kind of around, but I'm gonna give Lou Molinati's the plug on that one. I think Lou Molinati's is absolute fire. So the Bruce, that'll be Bruce. That'll be fun if you can hook up with me in Tempe for a late night live stream. We'll figure that out. This shirt is looking fire. This shirt's going to Jocelyn. Anybody that ever knocks Jocelyn, Seth Jocelyn, who knocked off Jocelyn Surprise. 2 Jocelyn's have been the highest super chatters of the year. And Michael KCPA was ahead of that. Michael KCPA, appreciate you, by the way, buddy boy. Michael KCPA, and then before that, Niner by Nature. Niner by Nature and Michael KCPA are absolute legends. They're super chat legends. I believe that Seth Jocelyn has passed Niner by Nature, but barely. Niner by Nature has dropped a lot of super chats, and I appreciate Niner by Nature. One thing I appreciate Niner by Nature for more than anything is Niner by Nature doesn't even play fantasy football. Niner by Nature until right now, until Seth Jocelyn passed Niner by Nature has been sitting in here for the news and the camaraderie, and so for that, I want to give Niner by Nature the proper.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
And also, Michael KCPA.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
And Jocelyn Surprise. Jocelyn Surprise for being the leading super chatter for so long. And now Seth Jocelyn, another Jocelyn. They're not even related. Their names are inverse. It's Jocelyn Surprise and Seth Jocelyn. And, Jocelyn takes out a Jocelyn, which is crazy. Russian Collusion says, what are your thoughts on Jalen Tolbert? I like Tolbert a lot. I think Tolbert could be pretty good. I think that Monty's on there pretty good. I just want to make sure that M wasn't catching right away, so I want to make sure that sucker is not coming off while Jocelyn's at the club with this shirt showing it off. And people are going to say, where'd you get that fire shirt? Where did you get that shirt full of my team? This is his team. This is his most shares and best ball. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we got Dak. I'm going to let the chat decide. Do we go with a white text or we could go a red text? Just like the same color, which I don't want to do. I want to keep this color by itself. It pops really good that way. Do we go with a black color or a white color with the Dak? I'm kind of feeling like going with the black text. So I'll let you guys decide on that. Kenny Powers says black text. Okay. This shirt is straight fire. This shirt is, and this comes with a little bit of practice. I made a Herbert hat. Where is that? I made a Herbert hat once, and it auto-corrected. It auto-corrected, and I didn't look at it. And there was like a different letter there. And so when I put it on, I looked at it. I'm like, that's not even Herbert. I had to take it off. But this is a hat that I made. This hat was pretty fire. I've made this hat right here. This is a Cowboys hat that I made for somebody. It says Lamb on the side. It's a pretty cool hat. Maybe I should start wearing that hat. We'll put that hat right there. We'll start wearing that hat. Why not? CD Lamb. I don't know. We'll put it right there for now. Okay, so Dak, we're going to do black color. We do have a blue. We do have a blue, I think. Hold on. I might have a blue color. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see here. Let me change the camera angle here. Okay, I think we do have a blue color. We do have a blue color up here somewhere. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! This probably wasn't smart on a spinning chair. Okay, we don't have a blue. That's smart. Fine. We don't have an iron-on blue. So we don't have an iron-on blue. Yeah, look at the door gang. Look at all the names on the door from the door league. Straight fire. Dak, so Dak white or black? I think we're going to go with the black color. I thought I had a blue. We don't. All right, next question.
Hey, Smitty, where do we rank Christian Watson amongst the rookie wide receivers in Dynasty and in Redraft?
Christian Watson? I think Watson is probably better in redraft than he is dynasty for right now, because what happens when Aaron Rodgers retires? I'm not saying he can't survive. I'm not saying, I just don't believe in Jordan Love. So unless the Packers were to immediately, and it's really hard to imagine them immediately getting some quarterback that can do similar things and keep Watson fed properly. I just think it's going to be kind of what we saw with Deontay. Not that Big Ben is a good quarterback, but Big Ben peppered this man with targets. Peppered Deontay Johnson with targets. And I think people are going to be very disappointed when they see the lack of volume that is headed toward Deontay Johnson in 2022. And I think the same thing could happen if A-Rod retires after 1 year. But what if A-Rod plays 2 years, you know? And in Dynasty, I always say you should take the bull by the horns in Dynasty and not worry so much about, 4 years down the road, even 3 years down the road. Worry about 2 years and then kind of go from there, because Dynasty leagues can close down in a snap, in a literal snap. They can just be shut down. and people trade their teams away, and it's probably better to play for 2 years. And so with that, could A-Rod play for 2 years? He could, but I'm getting a weird vibe like he really is questioning whether he should have played this year. So because of that, I'm going to say I kind of don't know if it's the best move to answer the question, to value Watson like as good as an Olave for the long term. You know what I mean? Like, I like Watson, but I don't know if he's as good as Olave. I don't know if he's as good as Drake London for the long term. It might be one of those weird things where he's like number 1 or 2 for redraft rookies, but then he could get passed by Jameson Williams, by Olave, by Drake London, and be like the 4th or 5th wide receiver from the rookie class. It's a weird way to look at it, but it's just kind of how I feel with it. I feel more redraft oriented for him. I gravitate more toward the redraft value of Watson, not really the dynasty. He might be a good player to trade too. As you go, like mid-season, if you're not doing well, you might want to trade him away while he's popping off, because I don't know that we're going to see him do the same things in the next year. Next question.
My last question. Is Kyler Murray the next Lamar Jackson? Is that the big quarterback name that we're going to hear about? And you're going to have to go live?
No, I think Trey Lance is the next big name that turns into the next Lamar Jackson. Trey Lance is the guy that does that. Jalen Hurts could be the guy that does that. Trey Lance and Jalen Hurts both could be the 2 quarterbacks that turn into the next Lamar Jacksons. And if this doesn't offend you enough, I'm not trying, but I would say I draft both Jalen Hurts and Trey Lance in Dynasty over Lamar Jackson. Or shall I say I move down in a crafty fashion, own them instead of Lamar. Like, of course, I try and use ADP to my advantage, but in Dynasty, I'd rather own Trey than Lamar and take the upgrade, in a trade down or something. And Jalen Hurts probably goes maybe 1 round before Lamar, so it's not like it's that big of a difference between. This Dak looks pretty good right here. This is gonna be good. Dak Prescott is being added to the shirt as we speak. Jocelyn is going to love this shirt. This shirt is straight fire. Let me switch over to the table cam. Marker board number 1. And let's get this shirt going. So we did the mock-up. The mock-up is right here. I kind of have messed up the mock-up, but it was Get Brees, Lamb, Dak, and Monty down the side. I went with my gut instinct and went with the white instead of continuing on with the black color here, and I think that looks absolute fire. Pops just perfect. These shirts, I think I might make a couple of these designs and sell them and drop ship them where I wouldn't be making them myself, but I could upload the design and then have them available. But I think these shirts are really, really good looking. Like, this is my favorite. This is my uniform. This is my new uniform that I'm going to wear to work. I might make a couple of these and wear these to work every day. And when I say work, I mean here, because this is my work. But, yeah, I absolutely love these shirts. All right, let's go here. Dak Prescott. Okay, next question is from Jim.
Hey, Smitty, I've been trying to find some running back value in the later rounds, and I know you're high on Algier and a couple other rookies, obviously, but what about Dameon Pierce? What do you think about the Houston Texans running back situation? Do you think one of them grabs the stranglehold of the RB1 and takes control of that job? And do you think either Dameon Pierce or Marlon Mack or whoever else have any fantasy value whatsoever?
The Amazing Asian is back. What's up, Amazing Asian?
Hey, I do have a fantasy question, but
okay.
I just wanted to take care of some business first. I am very technologically challenged. I'm embarrassed to say I'm a baby boomer, and my daughter has to show me how to use my smartphone and all that. You can laugh all you want, but how do you super chat? I don't even know how to do that.
So you can do a couple different things. That Dak's too big. That Dak Prescott's too big. I can't put that on there. That's too big. I got to redo that. Anyway, how do you super chat? Pretty easy, bro. You, if you're on your phone or if you're on your computer, you'll see a $sign. Do you see that in, like, when you're going to type a message and before you hit send? Do you see Do you see that?
No, like when I go on YouTube and matter of fact, I don't see any of that when I'm on the YouTube screen when I'm listening to your show.
You don't
see a dollar sign on there?
Yeah, so you should see if you go to the chat and you go to the live chat, click the live chat.
Oh, you can do that right from the YouTube screen?
Yeah, click on. So if you have it on your phone or your computer.
My phone.
Okay, so when you go on and you're watching the video, there should be a live chat button.
Oh, okay. I've never noticed that.
Do you see that?
Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that. I assumed I had to be in some sort of a chat room because I hear you guys are doing all the chats and stuff.
No, it's right on YouTube. Or if in the
right on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, so basically you go into the live chat and you'll see a dollar sign next to the send button. And so you hit that button.
Okay.
You hit that dollar sign. And if
it
you want,
automatically sends it to you because I'm all right.
Yeah, and in the description of the video there's a PayPal link if you'd rather do PayPal. So there's a PayPal link. And that comes up on screen too.
Okay.
If anybody uses that, you'll see it show up on screen. It'll say, so Terry just dropped a $2 super chat to show what happens.
Okay, yeah. I just like I said, I'm embarrassed to even say that. I don't do any social media. I'm just really bad at all that. But also I wanted to comment about half hour ago, a caller after me said something about financial problems, and he wishes he could super chat. Glad that you've been blessed by the Jocelyn's and Ron Navy and all that. I see that all the time, but I want to start doing that. I just don't know how to do it. But I wanted to comment on his comment. He was saying that he wishes he could do something, but I think even a $1.99 or whatever. I'm not going to speak for you, but doesn't that just kind of give you the idea that people are appreciating you? It's not really the dollar amount. I know you got to keep the lights on. You got the reality of the situation, but just to have something, it's not really the dollar amount. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, and like I tell people that can't drop super chat. Like, of course, this is how I do what I do. Like, your favorite restaurant would close if your favorite restaurant couldn't make a profit on, on the food and stuff. So, like, of course, this keeps the lights on. Yeah, but I always tell people if you can't super chat, which I never expected, but always appreciated. You can do things like tell people about the show. Like, what if you tell a Jocelyn and then he comes in and drops it? You know what I mean? Like, you never know what you spreading the word is going to do for me, even more so than dropping a $500 super chat. So I love when people spread the word. I love when people bring their league mates in here. I know some people say, I don't want to tell my league about you, but I see people in here that are from the same league. They go back and forth, the banter. They have more fun than if they were just, sitting in here by themselves. So, but yeah, spreading the word, hitting the like button, like all those things are you can't even measure them. I just made this thing wrong again. This DAC is
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get that business question out of the way because I am able to. I want to be a blessing to your show because, like I said, man, your engagement with your audience is amazing, and how they, vice versa with you with them. But there is some caller mentioned too that there's no other show like yours, and there really isn't. It's amazing, and I've listened to them all, and yours is definitely the best. So I just want to, and also my fantasy question I have is,
appreciate
you're
that.
Probably you're probably not gonna like this one, but I'm not real high on Herbert this year as much as I have been in the last few years, and I'm a little nervous, only because I'm nervous about the decline of Keenan Allen. His metrics have dropped a little bit in the last few years, and Mike Williams is, he's had some back problems, some other issues, and he's a little injury prone. And I'm thinking that when he fell off after those first, 4 or 5 weeks last year, he was on fire, and then he fell off. I tried to trade for him, and the team owner didn't want to trade him, and I was like, thankful he didn't. But you think that could have been because of injury, and he just wanted to play through it? I think he's a little injury prone. I think Keenan Allen will go on a downcline, and they got Palmer and Jalen Guyton, and they don't have a whole lot. So I'm just wondering if, like for example, to compare him to Burrow, he's got weapons like coming out of his ears, and they're all young and healthy. So I'm a little nervous about Herbert this year. I agree with you, that he's the GOAT as far as the future and all that, but they didn't draft any wide receivers, go after anybody in free agency. It just made me nervous.
Yeah, I guess my answer to you would be that the concerns about Herbert, and I understand them. It's not. Hold on one second. I got to click this right. I've been making this DAC wrong like 5 times in a row. Let's see. Go. Boom. Okay, I think I got it right this time. To answer your question, your concerns about Herbert, I would say, and let me put that on screen here. Herbert. I would say that I think when you start off as the number one quarterback in NFL history in touchdowns, the number one quarterback in 300-yard games, the number one quarterback in yardage, you're the number one quarterback in NFL history in all three of those very important categories. It's hard to draw any negatives off of what Herbert's done, is I guess the way I would answer that question. Had he not had those numbers and we're going off of just like gut instinct, oh, he looked good or whatever, you literally have the stats telling you that this guy is on the GOAT track. There's no quarterback that's done what he's done. No quarterback. That's unbelievable. And then while I would say, and I call it the tripod, while I would say the two wide receivers and running back, or the triangle, whatever, the triangle of talent is different. Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Higgins. I think that Eckler is so much better than Mixon in terms of what he does for Herbert and the offense. And then the defense is going to be top 5 to 7 in my opinion, or at least top 10 with the additions that they've Mac and it's unbelievable defense. They're going to live near the red zone more than Burrow. Now Burrow maybe Burrow throws more yardage because of that, because they're playing from behind, but like that's going to be more beneficial to him not getting hurt. He's going to have better field position. He doesn't have to march down the whole field every single time. He's going to throw those 3 and 4 TD games more often than maybe Burrow will, because he's going to be, imagine being in front of the goal line just 2 or 3 more times a game because of your defense. You're going to have 1 or 2 more touchdowns here and there. So I get what you're saying, but I think Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen in the defense are going to take Herbert to the next level, and it's going to be just absolute amazing.
Yeah, I had Herbert last year. I drafted him in the 6th round, and I'm in a home league that they tend to draft quarterbacks a little earlier than a lot of leagues. And he was there in the 6th round, and I was glad to get him, but obviously finished like number 2. But yeah, I'm just a little nervous about him this year. But
I mean, finishing number 2 as well in his sophomore season is another alert. Another thing screaming out like, hey, this guy hasn't even tapped into his potential, and he's the number 2 fantasy football quarterback from last year. Like, that is crazy. Look, when you think about it. So I don't really know. I don't really share any of the concerns you have. Not that they aren't valid, and not that I can't be wrong. Not that he can't hit, some kind of slump this year, or let's say Keenan Allen gets hurt, and Mike Williams gets hurt, and he's struggling with the wide receiver room all year. Like, I'm not saying that those aren't all things that you should be potentially concerned with. I just, man, this I can't use this deck. I can't use this deck. It's oh my God. I gotta get another whole roll of black because, oh my God. I printed 4 Dak Prescott. I want this shirt to be perfect for Jocelyn. I'm not putting out any kind of shoddy product. That K had a little bit of the K broken off.
You're multitasking over there, huh?
Yeah, this ain't easy. But I like Herbert. I've no the concerns you have for Herbert. I don't share them, but it doesn't mean they're not valid concerns.
Well, I know you're comparing like his first 2 years stats. Like I was talking about with Olave earlier, I just like the situation with Olave. It's not so much the talent. It's not all that. When you look at the situation, and Herbert's situation didn't get markedly improved from last year.
But it did.
Maybe a tight end.
But it did. Whatever, but that's what I'm arguing. It did. The defense, the defensive, the fact that this defense is going to go from like wherever it was ranked last year to being one of the better defenses in the league. And I said the same thing about the Bucs when the Bucs, when Brady won the Super Bowl, like they were still a good defense, but a lot of people didn't believe that it would all come together. So if people are going to say the same thing about the Chargers. Oh yeah, that was obvious that they were going to be a top 5 defense, but a lot of people are totally not expecting it right now, or they'll laugh at you and say, well, we'll see if it all comes together. It's going to come together just like the Bucs defense did. But I think the defense alone is going to make Herbert take a step forward that's going to be just hard to like put into words. The field position alone is going to be unbelievable for his touchdown production.
Yeah, and they are in the AFC West too, with all those shootouts they're going to have with all those offensive juggernauts. So you kind of swayed me a little bit there because I really love him. I really want to. I'll reach for him, but I'm just like, I'm just nervous. I'm thinking I can get Wilson later, and his situation in Denver, I think.
Draft Herbert like when he falls to a place where you don't feel like there's anybody else that's screaming out to you. Then that way you won't feel bad about it. You won't be like, oh, this is a little too early. Like in the throne draft, we took him at 4.12, but when you look at who is available, there wasn't anybody to write home about. It was like Hollywood Brown maybe, and I liked him there, but that was a good place for Herbert. But if like Breece Hall is sitting there, then don't draft Herbert. Go after Burrow. But I will leave you with this: Burrow's my favorite quarterback to draft this year. I love Herbert, but Burrow is absolutely the best value in fantasy football potentially in 2022. Him and Breece Hall are the best values in fantasy football, and I have that who are my league winners video up right now on YouTube, the 3-part series. And I think that Joe Burrow getting drafted in the 6th round is just the most advantageous pick you can make in 2022 aside from Breece Hall. So go for Joe Burrow if you have any questions at all, because in the 6th round, that's amazing value. All right, this Dak looks great. Russian Collusion says thoughts on underdog draft. It's a 2 mil roster. Send me what your draft is, Russian Collusion, and I will take a look at it. Also, you got a message from Ron Navy. He said, "Tell Asian to get in the chat. I can't wait to see him." So, what you need to do for that is when you're watching the show, you'll see a live chat button right underneath the video, and all you do is click it, and you're in. It's inside the phone.
Wow, I've never known that.
Yeah, it's inside the
shows
YouTube
how
app.
technological challenge I am.
You're fine, bro.
Okay.
All right, my man. Appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Later.
All right, bye.
Okay, guys, we are at the moment where the Dak is. I thought about toying with this, but I don't like that. I like this. Gonna off center it a little bit. I don't know that I'm gonna bring it all the way over. I kind of like it. I want the spacing to be similar to the spacing here and here. That's the great thing about design when you're doing designs like this. Got to really pay attention to those details. I'm gonna move it. Does that look good, guys? Do you guys like it that way, or do you like it like that, or kind of like it maybe like that? Maybe kind of a combination in between. Maybe right there. You guys like that? Dak is better. Dak is bigger and better this year, says Seth. Seth, this is your shirt, buddy. This is your shirt, Seth. I guess we should ask him. Seth, do you want the Dak right here? Do you want it here or closer to Monty? Right here or closer to Monty, Seth? It's up to you. This shirt is fire. This shirt is absolute fire. I have to admit, I might just keep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm keeping this. I'm gonna send Seth one that has just Monty on it. Be like, how do you like it, Seth? I'll be wearing it the next show. All right. Yes, first. Love it. Seth, you want it here or closer to Monty? I kind of think it looks good there. It's good spacing. Little to the right. Like my little to the right. Like that. You like that, Seth? Is that good? For anybody that doesn't know that just came in, Seth dropped a $399 super chat. Anybody that knocks off Seth will get their shirt custom made on the show. Literally takes like an hour. You'll be the centerpiece of an entire show, and your name will go in the top left corner until somebody knocks you off. So Seth Jocelyn knocked off Jocelyn Surprise, who knocked off Michael K. CPA, who knocked off Niner by Nature, and all of them get a round of applause. Okay, so we're going to put this bad boy on, and let's get it done. Let's get her done. Okay, I think that's it. Let me just stand up above, make sure Gotta look at this thing almost like you're... Okay, here we go. Put it down. This is it. This is the final piece of Jocelyn's shirt. Seth Jocelyn, the highest super chatter of the year, getting his very own custom shirt. This Dak Prescott Monty Get Breezed lamb shirt. Lamb chops. Absolutely fire shirt. This shirt is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, let's get this going here. This iron's been on for an hour. Gonna burn down the studio. Burning down the house. Okay. Let's let that cool a little bit. Man, that shirt's fire. Maybe we'll do Brian. Just to make it clear, there are a lot of ways we could do these shirts. It doesn't always have to be the person that's the high. Like, you don't have to pay $401 to get the shirt. We'll do other things, like maybe the highest super chatter. Like, I'll come in here and go, the highest super chatter of the night is going to get a shirt made. You know what I mean? Like, we don't always have to. But if you do knock off this, you will get a shirt. We're not going to do them very often. We want it to be special. That's why the highest super chatter is going to get it. But we'll do something once in a while where we do that. So appreciate everybody. This is mine. I made this earlier before the show. Instead of creating an extra piece of content, I spent my time wasting my time. I don't think it's a waste because I love it making this design. Absolutely love. Like, the only thing I might not add to it. I might add to it. I don't know. The only thing I'd maybe think about adding would be Burrow. Maybe a Swift. Maybe like in really little letters right here. Go Swift, Burrow, Pollard. That could look pretty fire right there. Like little letters right here. Burrow, Pollard. That might be good. Tua. Put Tua right here. Tua. Tua goggles. Man, how pissed would Seth Jocelyn be if I put in capital letters right here? How pissed would Seth be if I put in capital letters right here? Tua. Tua. Tua goggles. Okay, let that cool a bit. Ooh, we don't want to get that white dirty. Ron Navy with a super. I'm a turtle. Super chat small chunks. That must be the alt tag of an image that I'm reading there. Let's see what Ron sent. On my system, it gives me I'm a turtle, super chatter, small chunks, LOL. I don't see the sticker, so I don't know if you wrote that out. We got the YouTube exclusive membership. Anybody that signs up for that gets a standing ovation here on the show. We've got Jacob Boer, we got Conklin, we got Ricky, we got Shoddy, we got Smitty80, we got Vamp, we got Overcome, we've got who else we got in here? Kenny Powers, obviously. We've got Terry. We've got a whole bunch of people in here. Look at Seth Jocelyn dropping a 19 wad just to say that he likes the shirt. Only add Schultz. Okay, we can do that. We can add Schultz. I might do Schultz in... Where do I put Schultz? I'm a little concerned about this DAC right here. We've had such amount of problems with this DAC already. Last thing I need is this DAC to come off. It's a little delicate pulling it all off, and then you got to re-iron it. So it's kind of a process. Where are we putting Schultz? I cut your shirt, Jocelyn. Just kidding. God, this Dak is giving me fits, man. Put it right there for a second. Schultz. Where can we put Schultz on this bad boy? 100 of you in here, please hit that thumb up button. Help the channel out. Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell get a custom shirt for Jocelyn, who is the high super chatter of the year. Okay, we need this D. We need these D. This D's not coming off. Ultimate stack, Dak, Lamb, Schultz. We do got the all Cowboys situation going on here. Seth Jocelyn, I assume you are a big Cowboys fan at this point. But CD, you got CD Lamb, you got Brees, we got Monty. I assume you are a big Cowboys fan. Ron says, I've been here 18 days now. That's crazy. I feel like Ron's been here for like 6 months. Pollard season. You're a Giants fan. Wow. All right, let's see if that D will come off. That D is not coming off. CD Lamb. All right, we got some more voicemails. Collusion, send me your roster. Let's see. Did Collusion drop his roster? Collusion dropped a super chat, and then I didn't see the roster. So let me go and try and find Collusion's message. Collusion, where are you at? Collusion, I don't see it. Can you please sent in text? Okay, hold on. You sent it in a DM. Collusion, what's your name on IG, bro? Tell me what your name is on IG, bro. I'm looking for it. Okay, voicemail group 2. We got the Bruce. Did we get to this one?
Hey, Smitty, we all talk about what the Seahawks should do, but wouldn't it make sense for them just to try to make a phone call for Sam Darnold? Or you don't think he's a viable option for DK and Tyler Lockett? All right, thank you.
Oh, we finally got the Dak off. That was a pain, man. That Dak was not coming off. There we go. Seahawks, Darnold. I don't think Darnold's a good option at all, bro. I'm not going near Sam Darnold if I'm a team. Darnold's already failed. That's like, no way, bro. Sam Darnold. Seahawks shouldn't. The Seahawks, they aren't going to be going after anybody. They've got Locke already. They seem to like him. I think Locke is not going to work out, but they seem to want to try that out. So I don't think they're interested in making a QB controversy. And I think because Geno Smith is at least capable, they're not real concerned with it. Dalton Schultz, I'm thinking we put in little letters right here, or maybe we could put it right here. I don't know where we're going to put Schultz here. Collusion, I'm looking for your message. I don't know where to find it, bro. Can you please paste it in here? You wearing that shirt? Or you want Smitty to sign it? No, I don't think he wants me to sign it. Dak is fire late, like my girl Kate, says Jocelyn. Nowadays, pure fantasy fan, to be honest, I like teams and all the players at the right draft slots. Attaboy. You have to stack Dak, CD, and Schultz. It's only right. I guess, yeah. But do I put Schultz here or right here? Just in little writing. I think he needs to be a tiny Schultzy. Schultzy. Do we put Schultzy? No, we'll put Schultz. Okay, Schultz. Dalton Schultz. Here we go. All right. I'll figure that out and I'll send this shirt. We're gonna end the show today. I appreciate every single one of you who have been a part of this 2 hour and 24-minute extravaganza where Seth Jocelyn knocked off the other Jocelyn for the highest super chatter of the year. We will be doing a thing where any 5-minute super chatter will extend the show 2 minutes. If you guys ever want to do that game. So I've got that all set up in case we do that. But yeah, we've been live for 2.5 hours. So been pretty good. Appreciate everybody. TheFantasyFootballShow.com. Get over there and get your lifetime membership. Ron Navy wants to extend the time. We can do it.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
And this is the way it's going to operate. Ron Navy dropping an extension. And then from there on out, it's up to you guys. No pressure. Just saying that it's there for you guys if you guys don't want to leave. This will be awkward, though, if the show continues to get extended and there's dinner or I got to pick up a little Smitty. And we'll go ahead and extend this.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Even though it wasn't the $5 super chat hauler, we're going to do it for you, Rush Inclusion. But I do need to know your question. It's in the chat. Okay, I'm looking for it. Here's Rush Inclusion's message. Oh, here we go. There's so many questions. I'm sorry, Rush Inclusion. Rush Inclusion said, QB Burrow, Fields, Mills, running back Taylor, Javonte Williams, Walker, Madison, Algier, McKissick, Chris Evans, Keenan Allen, DK, Hopkins, Tolbert, Waller. All right, what is your question to it? Let me see if I can find that. I got to find 100 different pieces. I don't see. The question. Thoughts on the underdog draft? That was what you initially asked, right? Thoughts on the underdog draft, $2 million roster. Okay, gotcha. Do I think this is a $2 million roster? Burrow, Fields is your backup, 1 QB, but optimal scoring. So Mills I like a lot as a backup, crafty little backup. So I like your quarterbacks, obviously. Your quarterback room's fire. Running backs are JT, Javonte, Walker, Madison, Algier. Love it. Wide receivers, Keenan Allen, DK, Hopkins, Tolbert, and then you got Waller and Goddard. Honestly, Russian Collusion, it's hard to imagine getting a better team than that, to be honest with you. Like that's really, really good. Put a rocket vertical next time, Mont. No, we're not adding to the shirt. We're putting Schultz on there and then we're putting a close on it there, Carrick. We can't keep adjusting the shirt. The shirt has been designed already. It's like telling an artist after they've made a cake, I want to add a rocket. Now I want you to redo it and take the lamb off and put the lamb upside down. Carrick, we can't do it. We're putting the Schultz on and then that's that. Where were we at?
Show extended.
It was 2 minutes left, I think. So 2 minutes left. I love your team. Where was your team again? Here we go. So you had Waller in addition to this. So you had Waller. You had these wide. Like the only thing you could have done, maybe even slightly better. Like this is where I've told Ron, you draft enough of these balanced teams like this, best player available, and you keep landing team after team that looks like this. And the only thing you could do better is that if for whatever reason the wrong player, or in your case the right player, but wrong player to everybody else falls, like Keenan Allen. I love Keenan Allen, but if somehow you turn that Keenan Allen into McLaurin, you know, or maybe even draft Keenan Allen over McLaurin, or let's say even like a Debo, somehow he fell, like instead of taking McLaurin or Keenan Allen in the third round, you got lucky and you just got a tiny bit better receiver. In addition to all that, then it's like walk straight to underdog headquarters and say, can I get an advance on my 2 mil?
1 minute.
Can I get an advance on my 2 mil? Terry Roberts wants to add time. Kenny Powers wants to add time.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Thank you, guys. So that's good, Collusion. I Smitty approved, bro. I Smitty approved that team. Smitty, I'll repost the Discord question tomorrow. Don't forget to turn me blue, ready to serve and protect the brand. Okay. I'll definitely I'll turn you into a mod, bro. Let me do that now. Let me do that now. Hold on a second. Let me turn you into a mod. Kenny Powers, where are you? Appreciate you being appreciate you 1000%. Thank you. Where's Kenny Powers? Why can't I find his chat here? Kenny, where are you? Hey, Kenny, can you comment real quick so I can get your name and make you a mod? There you go, Kenny. Please don't ban anybody that's just got a different opinion, but anybody trying to tear down the community or something. Appreciate you. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the show. What are we talking about? Kenny Powers has become a mod, everybody.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
What are we doing here? Smitty's gonna cut his own Wi-Fi. No, how can you cut it? I do have it as a $5 super chat, but let's make it 3. So I'll turn this into a $3 super chat. $3 super chat extends the show because I had it at 5 and make it a little bit more affordable there. To the moon, appreciate you. Meet the woo, appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you, Kenny. Overcome, you're glorious. 115 likes, that's a pretty good number, guys. Appreciate you. 100 eyeballs still in here as Smitty's trying to squeeze out the door. And you don't feel bad for me. You guys drop in super chats for me. It's okay.
Show ends in 1 minute.
Let's look at this shirt while we're... This shirt right here has been made special for Jocelyn, the top super chatter of the year in a single live stream, dropping a $3.99 wad.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Seth Jocelyn, you haven't become an exclusive member yet, says Ron. You can't do $3, only $2 and $5. Oh, okay. Gotcha. We'll do $5 total then. So if two people drop $1.99, or 3 people drop $1.99 chat, that would extend it. So we'll know that. Can't keep doing it for I'd be here forever, I think, if I put it at $1. I think people would. I mean, it'd be great. But I mean, eventually I'd probably go insane. But I think the $3 hauler will keep me. But look at this shirt. Monty, get Brees, Lamb. We'll put Schultz. I don't know if I'm going to put Schultz right here in little text or right under here in little text. Probably right here, off-centered.
Show ends in 1 minute.
Right there. I think that's what we'll do. Seth Jocelyn says, I don't know how to. I got the link pinned in the... You don't have to, Seth, but it's, if you want to be a part of it, you want the emojis and you want the exclusive chat membership, it's pinned. The message pinned in the live chat is the link to the YouTube exclusive memberships. We have the Zoom call ones that we turn into Discord video calls. Every Sunday, I go live at halftime of the morning games. I go live on video at halftime of the Sunday night games. So if you want to be a part of those, there's that package, or the $1.99 hauler, which gives you all the emojis and all the fun stuff. Terry dropping another wad.
Show ends in 10 seconds.
Uh-oh. I gotta hit the button. I gotta hit the button.
To the moon. Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Terry extends the show. Everybody thank Terry. Vamp extends it
Show
again.
extended additional 2 minutes.
Vamp and Terry extending the show. Ron Nave. Oh my.
Show
Ron.
extended
6
additional 2
minutes.
minutes.
Now we're here 6 more minutes. I'm not mad. I'm not. But we'll see if Miss Smitty gets mad. Can't promise Miss Smitty won't get mad. I mean, this could be a coffee for her. So we'll put it that way. It is 6:36. Little Smitty's in bed. Your boy Smitty's got to get dinner at some point. This is a good idea and a bad idea all at the same time. I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah. I mean, if we keep going, I'll just... Oh, I got to turn off the iron. I'll burn the studio down. Let me unplug it. Oh, that thing's hot. I got to do the Schultz part later tonight, I think. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it. Russian collusion.
Show extended additional.
Well, that goes to 6 minutes
additional
now.
2 minutes.
Russian collusion. It's trying to get me in trouble. Merge tea with Smitty to the moon. Baked in, says Ricky. Smitty, can you voicemail draft order for us when ready? Andrew. Oh, do the voicemail. Yeah, we could, but the randomization tool in there is pretty cool. And then I could do it for you. I could do it with the roll the balls and do the whole thing for you if you want. Terry bought a hoodie. Attaboy. Thorbear says, speaking to the moon of the moonshots, what do you think about James Webb Space Telescope? I don't know what you could see back 13.55 billion of years almost to the beginning of the universe. I don't really know what you mean, but it sounds interesting. I think I've seen something on YouTube about that. And I was wanting to click on it, but I didn't have time. But if you could explain it in more detail, I'd appreciate that. But honey, I couldn't leave. They kept giving me money, says Hazelnut. She'll be a little pissed, but let me go check real quick. Hold on. This right here is Little Smitty number 2. Little Smitty number 2. Oh, wow. Say hi. Be right back. That's Little Smitty number 2. Herbert to the universe. You know what? Let me tell you what I think of Herbert and Breece Hall. I forgot to use this. I have this new one. I can't use it. I'll use it right when we get to 2 minutes so that I can bring us back to the 2-minute countdown. It uses infrared energy. But I don't understand. What do you mean you could see back? What do you mean by that? Explain what you mean by that. Ron.
Get breached. Get breached. Get breached. Get breached. Get breached.
Show extended additional 2 minutes.
Ron. Miss Smitty, what would you like for dinner? Ron just bought some pizza. This has been quite the show. Quite the show. I guess I can make a Schultz, right? Like, why don't I make the Schultz part right now? So let's go ahead and export that. Am I spelling it right? SCHU? Yeah. Dalton Schultz? That'd be the worst if I spelled it wrong. Here's your shirt. How do you like it? Hey, Smitty, the shirt's really good, but you spelled Schultz wrong. All right, let's do this, I guess, live while we're waiting. While Ron tries to get me as far into the doghouse as he can. Look, I'm buying. Ron just bought the pizza, so it's okay. There is a pizza place that I found that I might try. Looked really, really good. I'll go live on Instagram when I'm there, so you guys can see it. If you guys aren't following me on IG, IG is really cool because it's kind of like the I want to say like the personal side of I could do a lot of like posting what I'm doing, what I'm up to, where I'm going. Not that everybody cares about that stuff. I think we're gonna go with the white colored text on this one for the Schultz. And we gotta mirror that bad boy, hit OK, send it in. But like IG's it's cool because I get to like, that's more about like, I don't know, I want to say like behind the scenes kind of, but it kind of is. All right, here we go. We're gonna finish this shirt while we're here. Schultzy coming up. New telescope has better contrast so we can see thousands of new galaxies. I'm still trying to grasp the concept, but light takes years to travel, so we may see a star that may already be burned out. Yeah, it is kind of like space is such a hard thing to wrap your head around. Like, they say if you want to time travel, if this is a black hole, or let's say this is a black hole because we use the black color, and you travel close to the black hole, just like in the movie, what's it called? Interstellar. If you get really close to it, but try not to get pulled in, you go so slow. Like if this planet is outside of the black hole, this planet, but it's too heavy to get pulled in, but it's like right here. Maybe it's getting pulled in slowly. If you land on that planet, time's going so slow there that you could spend 10 minutes on here, and the shuttle, like in Interstellar, that was way, way far away that you came over to land on that planet, that shuttle will go through like 20 years while you go through 10 minutes. So it's crazy. Space is just... All right, where are we? Schultz. This is pretty small, but I think it'll work. I think it'll have nice little contrast to it. How many people we got in here? 94 people. If anybody wants to call in during this time, feel free to. The phone number is right here.
Call into the show. Dial 602 NFL. Dong.
Ooh, that looks good. Maybe. What do you guys think of that? That looks pretty badass like that. Who thinks I should put it like that? You got the Schultz, Dak, Lamb all kind of together. Yeah, I think we got enough votes on that one. That looks dope. Dope. Okay, here we go. Hey, Jocelyn, are you in here? That's a $2 million winner. You talking about the fantasy team or the shirt? Or both? Get that jack on a little bit more. That D was coming off. I almost made a shirt the other night that says CD Lamb's Nuts. The CD's nuts. Okay. That is pretty good, broskies.
Show ends in 1 minute.
Most expensive shirt you probably bought, Jocelyn, but damn, boy. Large, like you requested. Watch him say, "Oh, I'm an XL. I'm an XL, Smitty." This is his fantasy team right here. I mean, we could put it. We don't have to put it. We could put it the fantasyfootballshow.com somewhere on the back, whatever you want. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is a custom shirt. It's just your fantasy team.
Show ends in 10 seconds.
That's it. Show's over. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all. We had a call. You can call in real quick. Who was that calling? Dial in one more time real quick. Look at that shirt. I got to take this off, but let's see here. Dial in real quick. Man, this shirt is fire. Straight fire. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Nick's Pizza here. I just want to know why I should drop off these pizzas. I'm not sure. I can't quite find your house. Was it a road or was it a street? What exactly was it?
Just go toward where you're going to see.
Look, you ordered about 20 pizzas and 3 Cokes as well as 2 Sprites, so I'm just here to drop them off.
Yeah, you want me to tell you where to go?
Party, okay.
Okay,
no,
so
excuse me. Whatever party occasion you're having. So
you
see house address.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you where to drop it off.
So I can deliver these.
I'm gonna tell you where to deliver them. CD's nuts.
Look, I don't care.
CD Lamb's nuts. All right. I think that does it for today. Appreciate all of you. I will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, per usual. Unless Ron drops an $80,000 super chat, and we're here till tomorrow anyway. But we are out of here. Appreciate you. And this shirt, let me show you the shirt one more time. This shirt, straight fire. Straight fire. Look at that. There you go. Mr. Jocelyn, Seth Jocelyn, the #1 super chatter of the year. $399 hauler. Got him this custom shirt. And anybody that knocks him off will be getting a shirt live. Basically, a whole show dedicated to you. Appreciate you guys.
breached. Get breached. Get breached. Get breached.